Hello and welcome to Build Up to a Good Game. Kick-off an hour and 5 minutes away, which means lineups were out 25 minutes away, 25 minutes ago even. It's European night for West Ham, match day 5 of 6 in the group stage. The Hammers already through. However, they need a point this evening to clinch top spot. Gonzo, we'll get onto the lineups in just a second, but before we do, how are you doing?
I'm all right, thank you. I thought we had an additional 10 seconds, so I was swigging my tea when you started, but I'm well. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. I'm really looking forward to tonight's game, actually, because the pressure's off a little bit. Obviously, we need to get the point. A win would be good, but I think the pressure is off a smidgen. But saying that, Silkeborg need the win, so it's back on again, really.
They do, and let's be fair, they gave us the runaround in the last game. We required a bit of a non-foul on Areola, didn't we? And a goal chalked off when the Silkeborg player basically looked at him. But it was on a plastic pitch, I've got to say that. And even though I do think the plastic pitches nowadays are far more reminiscent of a proper grass pitch, I do think there would have been some sort of advantage. So hopefully we can get the win in this one.
Would you like to know the West Ham team?
I would tell me all 11, Geo.
In goal for the Hammers this evening, we have got Alphonse Areola. We're back to 3 at the back, as always in European football. Ben Johnson, right centre-back. We imagine Ogbonna will be in the middle. He might be on the left, I guess. And Nathan Guerd makes his first competitive appearance for the Hammers. Soufal, right wing-back, with Lanzini and Coventry in the middle. Emerson, left wing-back. Then an attacking trio of Pablo Fornals, Said Benrahma, and Mikel Antonio.
Down Souček and Rice in the midfield against Man United, then, boys and girls.
We'll deal with that tomorrow.
We certainly will, mate. We certainly will. I'm really pleased to see a Gerd.
It's exciting to see a Gerd. And it's just even just that on its own gives you excitement for the game.
Yeah, I'm less enthused about central midfield. Is that Lanzini and Coventry in central midfield? That doesn't seem great, but I'm prepared to be proven wrong on that, clearly. I guess Ogbonna, that's be interesting. I guess Ogbonna plays in the middle of the three. That sort of makes sense. He has to move
you would
less.
Like to think so. But when we've played 3 at the back in Europe so far, Ogbonna's sort of been on the left, went alongside Dawson and or Kerr, as well as Ben Johnson. So
but they're both right-footed. So you've got another
it's a difficult
lefty
one to... We'll have to wait and see, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, I'm happy with this. It's fine. I mean, Benrahma in there. It's important that I think that he plays as well. So I just had Benrahma been in and not Fornals, I would have worried that Fornals was starting against Man U. But
maybe it's a face-off.
Something like that, yeah. Benrahma's not played too many games this season, so he's not sort of punch drunk from all the activity, is he? Let's be honest. Antonio, it's not just Antonio needs a game. Antonio needs a number of minutes because he's making these really sort of sporadic appearances in the league, and he's not playing many minutes at all. And we're going to need him sharp. But I'd sort of refresh everybody's memory that in the first game against Silkeborg, we were cruising. I think we're 3-0, 3-1 up, something like that. And Moyes took off Scamacca and Declan Rice. And we fell off a cliff, basically. We were awful. So there's a point to prove, I feel, for Antonio in this one for many, many reasons, but that certainly being one of them. But it's a chance for Coventry to not stake his claim to say we all know he's not going to get into the team. But I would sort of suggest if he's starting in this one, he'll probably start in the next one as well. And if he's doing that, then he may well find that he's puts himself forward for a starting berth against Blackburn Rovers. So this is a chance for him in those type of games, which is interesting.
By 1 or 2, it's a team of players that need minutes. Soufal needs minutes. Ogbonna, Aguerd, Coventry, Emerson, Lanzini, Antonio all need minutes. Fornals hasn't been in the team recently. He needs game time. Almost in David Moyes' eyes, the team almost picks itself to some extent. Go back, I need to get these minutes. What have I got left? Okay, Ben Johnson, you're in, and Said Benrahma, you're in as well. And that's sort of the only 2 decisions he's really had to make. If getting those other players game time was his priority, and it must be. And to be fair, he's done it the whole campaign so far. He's done it for the previous 4 games. He's put in the players that need the minutes, worked around that. Yes, on one game, we had to hit that big red buzzer and get Paqueta, Skamaka, and Declan Rice onto the pitch to bail us out. But he picked his starting 11 based on who needed the game time, and they did. So it is what it is, I guess. I agree with you. I think we're looking a little bit light in midfield with Coventry and Lanzini in there. Possibly Benrahma will be striker alongside Antonio, and that might see Fornals 5-10 yards deeper. But even when we do play sort of two strikers with this formation, the third player, Fornals, on this occasion would still be lingering around nearer to the front two than the middle two in the pitch, if you like. So, yeah, that's the West Ham team. Right, we'll take a look at the West Ham bench this evening. There's one notable exclusion. On the bench this evening, we've got Dan Randolph as well as Hegai. We've also got Aaron Creswell, Kurt Zuma, Gianluca Scamacca, Flynn Downs. We've also got Tilo Kehrer, Thomas Soucek, Declan Rice, as well as the youngsters Forson and Potts.
Oh, the youngsters.
No Jared Bowen.
No Jared Bowen. He needs a rest. I'm telling you, he has been flogged.
Yeah, but there's vacancies. By the way, we have an additional space on the bench, so he could have been on the bench. It's not like, do you know what I mean? It's not like we've got a full bench. We don't. We have a space on that bench for one more player if we wanted to. So hopefully he's just been rested up.
Yeah, I think so. I wouldn't suspect anything particularly skullduggerous on this one. I don't think there's anything to read into that unless we've heard otherwise. I don't think so. He is the one player I thought has needed a rest. I think
he's the only player that started every game in October.
There you go. I knew that.
Before tonight.
Before tonight, he's the only player that started every game in October, Gio.
Just to clarify, Adrian, no, we've got two. Don't worry. We've still got our two keepers on the bench.
Peggy.
So, yes, we've got our two keepers on the bench there. Listen, it's a decent enough bench. No Jared Bowen. I'll be interested to see whether he is just being rested, which I think, I say gamble. Bar Scamacca, we don't have any attacker on the bench. We've only got one attacker on the bench, and I'm including wingers here. We've got one attacker on the bench. So I think if Bowen was sort of in need of a rest, I think I would have still had him on there. It'd probably be better to see Mubama on the bench if possible. Obviously he's playing another 21s or whatever instead, but he's one attacker we can actually use in this competition. We can't use Callum Marshall. So I think having Mubama on the bench, who was in and around the first team in pre-season, I think it would have just been a nice experience for him. I've never understood why we just have a vacant spot on the bench.
It is weird, isn't it? But I think with regard to Bowen on this one, I do think he's, and when I say he, I mean Moyes is probably thinking, well, actually, I don't need to. It's not like if everything is going belly up, I've got to bring Bowen on in here to rescue the game. Actually, whilst none of us want to lose this game, he can actually lose it. The game doesn't need to be rescued. And,
but then it means he's got to play Jared Bowen next week in Romania.
Quite possibly, but if you look at the likelihood of that, it's far less. What it does mean is he doesn't have to play him now. That much is absolutely for sure. And because if you look at it, it could actually work out that the other results go in our favour as well. And actually, we don't need anything more than a point or something over there, or whatever the case may be. So I think he's delaying his decision on that. I do think this is a really good game to rest Jared Bowen ahead of the Man United one. I think it is important, particularly as we've got a little bit of travel as well going up to Lancashire.
I'll be honest, I'm a bit nervous. I'm a little bit nervous that, I'm a bit nervous that he's maybe got a slight knock or something. Connor's not helping in the live chat.
What's Connor saying? I'm sorry, I haven't been looking.
Connor said Bowen wasn't in training the other day, so he's got me worried a little bit for this one.
Wasn't he? Were you there, Connor? Were you sneaking around?
He's crafty as Connor. He'll watch these training videos and pictures and look for the one that's missing. Inform us and get me worried.
Absolutely.
Anyway, would you like to know the Silkeborg team for this evening?
Yes, please.
According to the Europa League app, they're playing their traditional 4-3-3. However, the app says we're also playing 4-3-3, which is incredibly likely to be incorrect. So, for Silkeborg, in goal is Larson, with a back four is Clinton on the left and Ostrom on the right. Behave yourself, Gonzo. And in the middle, we've got Felix and Salquist. We've got a midfield three of Thordenson, Gojani, and Klinge. Behave yourself. Behave yourself.
I said nothing.
We've also got Jorgensen, Tengstad, and Hellenius up front.
It sounded like you said hilarious.
I was
No. Yeah.
I have to confess, I watched the highlights of their 2 wins against when they battered FCSB in the last 2 weeks. And Jorgensen's the player. I remember now when we were going to do our initial preview when we played them at their place, and I watched their last couple of games, and he was the one that stood out, Jorgensen. And he didn't start against us over there, but I was surprised by that. He was the one that played on the right. Looked really good last season, had really good numbers in terms of goals and assists. He starts tonight. So suddenly I'm a little bit worried about Jorgensen because when we did our preview this week, I was like, I don't remember anything about them till today. I was like, hang on a minute. I recognised him and I remember being worried about him and he didn't play. So there you go. He's in from the start today.
Yeah, well, he scored some goals, hadn't he? So certainly at the point where you picked him out ahead of the previous game. So yeah, probably their danger man.
Connor's right, actually. Yonti, who does write for Football London, he did say that Bowen was missing from training. I remember seeing that tweet now. Thank you very much, Connor.
Thank you, Connor.
The bench for Silkeborg this evening in no particular order. Well, it isn't a particular order. It's numerical order instead of positional order. We have got Hedval. We've also got Anderson, Matson, Kusk, Lint, Kalund, Dahl, Adamson, Augustin, Calliser, Engel, and Bush. Oh, for God's sake. Behave yourself, Gonzo. Well, there you go, Gonzo. You've got Bush, Clinge, and
Clinge. I got Bush and Clinge, really. What more?
And Clitton. Usually men can't find a Clitton, though.
Normally, there's a paucity of options for the phrase that pays later on in the video. But I'm what can I do? I'm spoilt for choice. I might have to save a couple up for the Man United game.
That's cheating. But anyway, we'll get straight on to the bet. If you're new around here, please do, well, regardless if you're new or not, please do drop a like on it by clicking the thumbs up button. It helps the channel, and also subscribe. If we hit 28,000 subscribers before full time, we're going to give a t-shirt away. Not just any t-shirt. You can choose which t-shirt. You can go on our online store and say, I'll have that one, please. And we'll post it out to you. Happy days. And we'll post worldwide as well. So it doesn't matter where you're from. Get subscribed. If we hit 28,000 subscribers tonight, one of you will win a t-shirt. Charlie will give you the details on how to enter later on should we achieve that. So there's less than 100 of you to subscribe. Right, myself and Gonzo, if you're new around here, this is a bit for you. We're waiting to put a bet together on Bet365. If it wins, we're going to give one of you guys some money. Now, last time we played European football, we should have won the bet. Diwara didn't get booked despite studding Paqueta in the first minute, hacking down Paqueta in the 30th minute, then got substituted when he was about one foul away from getting his yellow card. So, yeah, I've got the ump about that still. What do you fancy tonight, Gonzo?
Antonio has to score. I feel Antonio has to score.
Okay, we'll put that in.
A long time, doesn't it?
Right, for the player shots, I'm giving you two options. You can have Jorgensen, the player I like. He can have 2 shots in total, or 1 shot on target. Which would you prefer to insert into the bet? Or you can do both. That'll boost the numbers if you do.
Well, there you put the pressure on me there. You know, you're going to boost somebody's winnings. No, I think we can pluck something else out of value. So let's go with 1 shot on target for Jorgensen.
Okay. And what else would you like to put in here? You can have Ben Rama or Fernal shot on target. They're decent enough odds as well. Would you like either of those?
No, I want to. What about a Gerd shot on target? Does it count?
Yeah, you can't have that. There's only a limited amount of players. That's why I'm giving you the options.
Oh, sorry. So take me through it again. I wasn't really listening.
Well, I mean, I can switch over to right. Okay, hang on.
No.
Wait, Gonzo. You tell everyone what you think. Now you've seen the West Ham and Silkeborg teams. I'm going to switch over to a different bookie and get their Guard shot on target for you. I'm nice like that. I don't want to let you down. So you crack on with your thoughts on the teams, please.
Thank you. Well, the reason Geo was asking for my thoughts on the team is so as he can waste about 30 seconds while I waffle on and he can change apps on his phone. What do I think about the team? I'm a bit worried about the lack of creativity there. Once again, we seem to be down to a few creative players and not many. It's the standard Moisey 3 creative players. Where's Fornals going to play? That's the question, which in turn means where's Lanzini going to play? Are we going to see Fornals actually closer and next to Coventry? I think not. I wouldn't mind that so much because it would mean Lanzini was being a number 10, the attacking. It's not really a number 10 as such, is there? Or are we going to see Fornals as a basic, like a front 3 of Antonio, Benrahma and Fornals. If that's how it's going to be, I mean, I think it's pretty weak. But we should have enough in us to score goals. But here's the point. We're going to be robust. We're going to be resolute. I think we're going to be quite hard to break down.
Well, and while you guys are watching live, there's now a poll live in the chat, which are you happy with the lineup? Gonzo seems lukewarm with it, a little bit concerned about the creativity. But the options there are very happy, it's decent, not really, and fuming. So select your option, and we'll get Charlie on in a reasonable amount of minutes, and he will tell us what the results are. Gonzo, bad news: no bookmakers doing your regard shots on target, so we're back to our standard bet 365. So
I think you did well. You swapped from one app to the other app, back to the original app, and you were multitasking. You actually digested what I was saying. That's very
I checked 3 apps. I checked all three bookies that I used. I checked to make sure the other one didn't have it. They don't even have any shots on target. So bet 365 is the only one with player shots, and they're limited. So you can have Benrahma or Fornals or none, and we'll look for value elsewhere.
Well, I think. Can we do them both to have a shot off target? That'd be good, wouldn't it?
That's not a thing, no.
All right.
Well, actually, you can have Benrahma to do 3 shots in totals. Doesn't have to hit the target, just 3 shots.
I think he will. If we could be specific, I could say at least 2 shots, just high and wide to the right. But we'll go with 3 shots for Benrahma, who's in good form.
Okay, what else do you want to? We need one more thing. West Ham to win is not really worthwhile putting in. Let me just check something.
Many corners. No, not many corners.
No, we're struggling here, aren't we?
Yeah, we really are. We really are. But I think we could. Do you know what? Let's pick another goal scorer. I think that's the way to boost it right up. Ogbonna goal makes someone rich.
We're not doing Ogbonna goal.
Oh goodness gracious! You're like a party pooper, a killjoy.
I am party pooping, I'm afraid. Do you know what I'm going to do to really boost the odds, right? I'm going to go with something I quite like doing. I'm chucking this in there, and I will justify it. It gives the odds 70 to 1 now as well. So it's £180. 2 winners, £180 each if this bet wins. Mikel Antonio to score a goal. Benrahma to have 3 shots in total or more. They don't have to hit the target, just 3 shots. And Sebastian Jorgensen to hit the target with 1 shot. 1 shot on target for Jorgensen. And Manuel Lanzini to be booked. £180 cash for 2 different people. The phrase that pays tonight is...
You've got to get your spelling right. I've got to be particular with 2 winners and such large amounts at stake. So you've got to get the players' names right. And the phrase that pays is forcing the bush.
Forcing the bush. Get it into the live chat, and we'll click on it when someone spells it correctly. Yeah, Lanzini's not that bad for a booking, and he's been booked in the Conference League this season because I had money on him get booked that night. I think it was 6-1 I had, so he got booked. Happy days. There was another game. It might have been this one. He should have got booked. He flew in, and the guy rode the challenge and played advantage, and nothing happened, kind of thing. But he's also centre midfield with Connor Coventry, so he's going to have to help out the inexperienced centre midfielder in there. So that's why I've gone for. There you go. That's the right spelling. I think that's the right spelling. Is that?
There's no E in Bush. No, I didn't even really check. I just sort of giggled.
You mean S, but.
No, is there not an E on the end of Bush? I don't know.
No, well, there you go. There's your spelling. That's the spelling that we're looking for. But we're not particular. Don't worry about shit.
We're not.
Gonzo, I'm a bit concerned about the lack of creativity as well. It's not the most inspiring team. The team, like I said, I believe the team is picked. While Moyes says he wants to win the game, I expected a stronger team tonight. I expected maybe Declan Rice, and if those are the players available, i.e. Bowen and Flynn Downs are unavailable for selection. I don't think Downs on the bench. If they were unavailable for selection, fine. But then I would expect Declan Rice alongside Manuel Lanzini, and I don't know, just something that screams, I'm here to win and I'll get my players off. Actually, it doesn't scream like that. It screams, I need to get these players minutes. Now, that team should be good enough to win tonight. At the end of the day, all those players are Premier League quality bar one. In the one, we don't know. That's Connor Coventry. We don't know. He might be good enough for West Ham in the league. He might not be good enough for West Ham in Premier League. We don't know yet. That's why he's playing tonight. We're going to find out a little bit. We're going to find out a little bit more if he can step up to the level required. Flynn Downs has played 3 games in his natural position in the Conference League. He got man of the match in 2 of them and played really well in the 3rd one. That's the standard Flynn Downs has left for Connor Coventry to fulfill. There you go, Connor. That's what you got to do. You want to step up to this level. That is how you do it. So it's big shoes for Connor Coventry tonight, actually. It's a huge opportunity for him. And Moyes has got the very easiest salesman's job to do to Connor Coventry, which is look at Flynn Downs, 3 games, impress me, he's starting at Anfield. That's it. That's how quick you can impress me as a manager. Go out there, play well tonight. You start next Thursday in Romania. You play well then. Then you've got Blackburn in the League Cup. You play well then. Suddenly it's, hello, we've now got a viable option in Connor Coventry to use going forward. Unfortunately for Connor Coventry, the World Cup comes around and it stops any progress. Huge night for him. And I hope he enjoys it, actually. I really do hope he enjoys it. He's been waiting for this opportunity for years. While we all talk about Flynn Downs dreaming of it, Connor Coventry has been dreaming of it as well. He's been through our academy process. He's gone out on loan. He's been trained alongside Dick Mason, Mark Noble, and whatever. He's been dreaming of playing for West Ham at London Stadium just as much as Flynn Downs to some extent. Maybe not as long as Flynn Downs, but certainly in recent years, he will have probably thought it was more realistic than what Downs did a couple of years ago. Downs probably didn't think it was realistic. Connor Coventry probably did. Huge occasion for him. And I want to see something from Antonio tonight. I don't want sulky Antonio. I need fired up beast mode. That's what we need tonight. We need, like you said, to get him a goal, we need him to be scoring tonight, actually, because if we see a performance, which we have in the last couple of weeks, especially after Bournemouth, and he doesn't play very well, come 20 minutes to go Old Trafford on Sunday, you're not going to be sat there thinking, get Antonio, and if anything, you're going to be thinking, please leave Scamacca on and do something else. Find another way of supplying Gianluca Scamacca. It ain't him. So, there's a big game for quite a few players out there tonight, and hopefully, at the end of the day, we only need a draw. Just pray we get it, actually, so the pressure's off. I don't want to go into next Thursday needing something to win the group. I want to go into next Thursday with the job done tonight. Full-time whistle goes, West Ham win the group, sorted.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you make a great point as well about Flynn Downs. He actually promoted himself. He put himself in David Moyes' thoughts, and he did it just with excellence of performance. So I think that's a really good point. It has created an example, and I didn't think that example was there. I think it's something that David Moyes is very bad at, actually. Showing people he can talk the talk, but you've got to walk the walk, and that is just demonstrating. Actually, here is my path into the first team. There it is. He was a really recent example of it, and so I think that's great for all the players, actually.
Right, time to see what your all says. So if you watch the live, get your thoughts into the live chat. It can be about the West Ham team, not the Silkeborg team. I won't believe you. And your thoughts on the game, not your score predictions either, though, but any hopes or fears you may have. Let's have them, and let's have a little read. And Jason,
thoughts and fears about the match, not just generally in life.
I don't know. I think I've been intrigued by a few people's lives, hopes and fears of what's going on in their everyday life.
Fears about life. Just slack off the match. Do you know what? We've already qualified from the group anyway. Tell us what's playing on your mind.
Have you got a hope or a fear? You can pick which category you're going for. Have you got one?
No. I'll tell you something. Something popped up on my phone today. Not that.
Oh.
A python ate a lady who was working in a field.
I've seen that.
What? I didn't like that. No. Do I think there's one in here, and I think there's the Sandhurst.
Was the lady not in Indonesia though?
Yeah.
So it's not relevant then, is it?
Of course it's relevant. They're not meant to be able to swallow a person.
So when the tsunami happened, were you worried the wave was going to come crashing over the southeast coast of England and swallow you up?
The world has never been more connected than it is now, Geo. You asked me off the top of my head for a hope and a fear. So my fear was the python. I guess my hope is that I don't get eaten by a python.
Well, I've solved your fear. Don't go to Indonesia.
Do you know what? I've cancelled the holiday. Just trying to get me deposit back.
Anyway, back to this. Jason says, looking forward to seeing Coventry and Aguerd. To be honest, you'll be happy with the draw tonight and on to the last 16. So will I, to be honest with you. I know it won't satisfy a proportion of the fans because they'll demand the win and stuff like that. And I get it. I actually do get it. It depends on the performance as well. We play like we did for the last half hour against Bournemouth for 90 minutes and grind out and nil. It's going to be hard to be enthusiastic about it. It'll be very much job done. However, could have done with a little bit of entertainment, Dave. But I get what Jason's saying. And at the end of the day, that's sort of what it is all about. Is it a back three of Aguero, Agbon and Johnson? It's got to be, isn't it? I'd be shocked if it's not.
Yeah, but the only other option is he's playing Emerson on the left wing. I can't see it.
Yeah, and Ogbonna left back.
Quite right.
Tom says Moyes has picked a team to get the point and ensure fitting most of the first team for the Man U game on Sunday. This match is perfect to give commentary game time. That's what he's doing, isn't he? He's managing this squad, but he's got to justify that by getting at least a point tonight. Otherwise, he got it wrong. Football Manager, who would be one? Connor says Silkeborg are unbeaten in the last 6 games.
He knows his stuff tonight, Connor, I've got to say.
He is on form. That Jaunty's providing Connor with some serious information.
He really is, yeah. And he knows on snakes. I bet he's not saying that on Football London, is he?
But he's also saying don't flip and go somewhere where there's sticks then if you're afraid of snakes. Ben says, I don't have a problem with the players selected, but not a fan of Moyes' defensive tactics in general. I think it will be a tough game because Silkeborg are a good side. Gareth, however, I am happy with this lineup. Good rotation of squad. I can see us winning 3-0. Stephen says, fully expect us to lose. I don't think our second 11 is good enough against a team that has won their last 2 conference games at 5-0.
Oh, it's a fair shout. It's a fair shout. I don't like it, but it's a fair shout.
Will says, West Ham will have plenty of chances tonight. Just hope it's not another Nottingham Forest. We need to take those chances. Peter says Zuma's been staring at Clinton.
That's a real. If something happens, like he injures him, if Zuma injures Clinton, that the newspapers are sorted for tomorrow, aren't they?
And it's on Zuma's birthday as well. It's Zuma's birthday today.
Yeah, and it's
happy birthday, Kurt.
Yeah, but Zuma's middle name is Happy, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, no. Zuma's middle name is Happy. It's yes, Kurt Happy Zuma.
Interesting. Mark says, hope Antonio stays on his feet for a big lump. He don't have to go down easy. Then is shocked when he doesn't get the decision.
Yeah.
And he's rather hopeful that he's hopeful he's cooked tonight's chicken enough. Fearful he didn't.
I had that. A major asked earlier if it was Scotch egg. Not Scotch egg tonight. I've gone with the fajita. And I was worried. I thought, is this cooked through in the middle? And when you marinate it, it's hard to tell, even when you sort of poke it in the middle, right, and separate it, because it's covered in a marinade, you can't tell if it's cooked properly. So I gave it an extra 10 minutes, Harry. I got pretty crunchy fajitas, to be fair.
Hammer 99 says, can't wait for Aguero to play a 60-yard diagonal for Ben Rama to touchdown and score. Maybe, do you know something, right? That goes back to the question we sort of discussed at the very start of the show, which is Aguero in the middle or is Aguero on the left? Because if he's on the left, then it's going to be difficult for him to be pinging him out to Saeed Benrahma. However, should he be in the middle, he's then got pretty much both corners to aim at, really. So I wouldn't be surprised if you do see him playing in the middle of the back three and almost being our quarterback this evening. So anyway, before we take more comments, this video is sponsored by the OneFootball app. The link to download said OneFootball app is in the description of this video. It is completely free to download, and it's the best way to keep up to date with all your latest West Ham news, Silkeborg news, Europa Conference League news, Premier League news, everything you need to follow football in general. It's just there on the palm of your hand via the OneFootball app. So get it downloaded today. It doesn't cost you anything. Give it a go. If you don't like it, just delete it. But you won't delete it because you will like it because it's a bloody good app. Download it today. Link in description below. Nothing about snakes on it. No. There's nothing about snakes in there. Actually, there's occasionally an article about your main Defoe.
Ah!
Did you like that one?
I did.
Cameron says, Frankfurt won all the games in Europa League last season. Want us to win this next week just to get a steamroller of confidence going. So he's just saying, don't give up. Get that momentum going. That's what Cameron is saying.
Keep the momentum going. Sorry,
Frankfurt won all their group stage games
and
went on to win it.
That was a reference to Silkeborg and their 5-0 wins. Okay, yeah.
No.
Yeah. Mirror what Frankfurt did, apart from the pitch invasion.
Dave says, good evening, YouTube managers. Do you think Benrahma playing means he doesn't start v Man U? Give me a quicker yes or no.
He starts against Man U.
John says if Antonio is on form and stops faking, he will score twice. Will says Silkeborg need to win, so that might open it up. Hammerhead reminding us that Guerd can play left back. I think that would be a big ask.
Yeah.
On your first game back, I don't know. I am very certain we're playing a back three tonight. That's why we're not really discussing the formation too much. I think the front bit, the makeup of Fornals, Benrahma and Antonio. We know Antonio striker. It's just a case of is Benrahma and Fornals behind him, or is Benrahma alongside him and Fornals and behind him? That's the only thing I'm sort of unsure about. Jordan says, hoping for a controlled game where possession is dominated. I have a fear of Souček's first touch.
He's not playing, is he?
No, but that's his fear. I asked for hopes and fears.
Oh, yeah. Brilliant.
Paul thinks Moyes will play 3 centre-backs and wing-backs all the time when Aguerd is back to full fitness.
I agree.
That was the rumours in the summer, weren't it? That was the rumours. We're switching to a back three. Aguerd got injured. We never saw a back three, but then we signed Emerson, which would suggest we're going to play back three. And he's been quite keen to switch whenever he can or feels necessary. So it'll be interesting, actually.
That's my fear. Sort of on level with the snake. I am worried about West Ham playing a back three.
On the same level as being eaten by a snake.
No, actually, I'm more concerned with being eaten by a snake. But the back three does worry me, yeah.
One of them's avoidable. The other one is out of your control. So I can understand why.
Well, from that, if I'm asleep and the snake, does its stuff, I'm not in control anyway.
Anyway, Darren would rather Coventry sitting next to one of our experienced defence midfielders. Lanzini will go missing. Hope not missing too much. Need him to get booked. Cameron says, hoping this is going to benefit Aguerd and not give him a setback, some good, solid minutes. I think I'm pleased it's at home as well, actually. I think Derek says the fans deserve a good performance tonight, right. And I'm not wrong. I feel hypocritical talking about fans when I don't attend the game, right? But I had a few of my friends were at the game against Bournemouth, and they were all moaning about it during the week, saying the atmosphere's crap, saying there's one or two people. Our Tony, he posted on the video I did yesterday, so it's out there in the public domain. He suggested that he's sort of debating giving up his season ticket and stuff, and I think that stadium just needs a bit of an injection of something.
A lot of comments on that video saying that, Geo.
Yeah,
at least 3 or 4 comments on that video saying that.
Ryan says, I actually must disagree, but would not be surprised at all to be proved wrong. But I think there's a lot of creativity in this team between Emerson, Lanzini, Fornals, Benrahma, and Antonio.
Yeah, well, Lanzini is certainly a creative player.
Before myself and Gonzo start giving you our final thoughts, we're going to get in the man with all the answers. Not Connor. He's the man with all the answers tonight. Mr. Charlie Walsh, how's it going?
I'm all right. I'm okay. I'm feeling buoyant because it's Europe and I do get very excited about European football. You know what I mean?
I like it, Charlie.
Like the lineup, we'll get onto in a second. I don't know how I feel about it, but Europe, buoyant, exciting.
I think that's important. It's a bit weird, but I do think it's important as a football fan. You allow yourself to get carried away. You allow yourself to get excited and stuff. And that's why I'll never apologise. When we win a game, someone says, I think you're being a bit kind. Good. I want to be a bit kind. I want to get carried away. Do you know what I mean? I'm a football fan. I'm a West Ham fan. I want to get excited.
Do you remember when we did a video a couple of years ago, the opposition fans, do we overrate Declan Rice? Do you remember that?
Yes,
and it was something James Alcott said in that video where he said, I think, and this was back in the day, so I don't slate him now because I think he would say something very different now. But he was like, yeah, you probably do overrate Declan Rice a little bit, but that's a fan's job. You're meant to get carried away. You're meant to get... So, when we do win and people going, you're being a bit kind, yeah, get carried away. If we lose, but people think, you're being a bit harsh, yeah, just get carried away. It's fine. We can do that. We're fans. It's kind of the whole point of the thing, right?
It's just an emotional thing. It's an emotional thing. I'm watching... I'm a bit late to the party. I've just started watching Welcome to Wrexham. So what are you on episode 3, right? I'm now listening to the geezer who's very openly honest on the camera and a bit too honest for my liking. He just sat there, and at the very first clip, he's like, I'm a painter, it's crap, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, probably lost his job off the back of it. But then, the next time you see him, he's sat there going, my missus has left me. What? But what's very evident from him, despite the fact he's got no shame, is how much Wrexham Football Club means to him. You can just feel the passion oozing out of him when he speaks about his
more
football
than the missus.
No, he sits there saying, "Oh, I still see the sparkle in her eyes." I'm hoping when I get to the end of this, they're back together. I'm hoping for the romance.
The end of this video or the Wrexham one.
Well, the Wrexham one's already happened, so
Do you want to spoil it, Geo, as someone who's watched the entire series?
Oh, Charlie, does he get back with his miss? Oh, no.
Hang on, wait, Geo, block your eyes.
That's not going to work.
No, just do this.
Charlie, let's go.
Okay,
there we
Geo,
go. You heard it here. Well, not first.
Anyway.
You probably heard it on the series.
Right,
first.
Charlie, can I get the poll results, please?
You can. So we asked whether you were happy with the starting lineup. There were 4 options: very, it's decent, not really, and fuming. I'll end the poll now. We had 1% of people said they were fuming. Out of the 468 people who said it, 1% said fuming. 14% said they were very happy. 16% said not really. 67%, 2/3 said yeah, it's decent.
Right. Thank you very much for that, Charlie.
Thanks, Charlie.
You're welcome. Which is kind of where I'm at. I'll be honest with you. If Coventry and Aguerd weren't there, I would be lower than that. But I agree with the chat. I think the chat are correct with this one.
I'm saying decent. It's a team, like I said, I think Moyes has picked the players that needs to play rather than the team that will win the game, which I get it. I do get it. Right, we'll flick through a few comments and then myself and Gonzo are going to disappear in a little bit. But don't go anywhere. Charlie's right here till full time. Make sure you're liking the video, subscribing you around here. We need to hit 28,000 subscribers tonight. I don't know what we're on. Charlie will tell you when he comes back. We'll hit it, giving away a t-shirt. Hammerhead Hardy has a very good point. Anderlecht 2-1 up. Silkeborg then now need to go and win. That means Anderlecht are going to leapfrog.
Just how we like it. Teams having a go at us.
It should help us.
Yeah.
It should help us. No, Hardy, not finding a new sponsor. HelloFest sponsored that one day of video. They've got Gonzo's video tomorrow, which we're giving them for free because we need to try and convince HelloFresh to sponsor more videos. So as it stands in November, we've got no sponsors. So if you're watching this and you're minted and you've got no stakes, you can email us at hammerchat@gmail.com.
No stakes.
No snakes. Yeah, we don't want.
Oh, no snake. To be fair, I don't care. I have no standards. I mean, we're so desperate for some sponsorship. I'll even promote Indonesian snakes, and I will look jolly and upbeat whilst doing it.
Mark's asking for the bench, Charlie. Can you click the bench? Mark, it'll be on your screen. I'm not going to read it out again, but it's on your screen in just a second. You can have a read yourself. NH Hammer says, no boring sideways dross now. I want to see attacking football for a change. Get the ball in the area. Guys asking if we could call Aguerd Nathan. Can we agree?
Well, I would be happily do that. And we're great at doing that at Hammer's Chat. We get these in jokes. But I tell you now, we start calling him Nathan, there will be somebody on the video tomorrow say, why you call him Nathan? His name's Nath.
Sonny says, maybe Fornals is centre mid and Lansley needs more further forward.
What, Nathan Fornals?
Do you think that's possible? I'll be honest, I don't think it is. I think I'm quite certain Lanzini will be in.
Lanzini will be deeper. Lanzini will be deeper.
Gary says, just get the job done so we can concentrate on the most important thing, which is the Premier League. I'm not biting. I'm going to pretend I never read that.
He means us. Tell us to get the job done. He wants the video to end.
Yeah, hurry up, boy. I need to get on. I'm skimming now. I'm trying to catch up a little bit. Lewis says, I hope some of this 11 tonight sees a massive chance to impress. This is such an opportunity for some of them. Johnny's at, thank you for the 179 super chat. Johnny, he says, can I have a quick rundown on team and bets, please? The bet is Antonio to score, Jorgensen to have a shot on target, Ben Rama to have 3 shots or more, Manuel Lanzini to get booked. 2 winners tonight, 180 quid cash each. £180 each if that bet wins, and the team is on the screen.
And the phrase is force in the bush.
Ashley says, I feel like we're doing something unorthodox by playing 1 wing back, 1 left winger, 1 left mid, and 2 centre backs, and 1 centre back / full back, where we can switch from a 4-3-3 to 5-3-2 without any subs. That's what I see anyway. That's too complicated.
It's the old tactical switcheroo from Moisey.
We'll come back in a couple of minutes, Ashley, and Gonzo will have a reaction to your comment once he's absorbed it. Harry says we've got 3 creative players in there, which is enough if they're on form. Bloody hell, I'm well behind the
Yeah,
chat.
I know what you're saying, Harry. We keep only playing 3 creative players. I'm anyway a bit bored of it, but don't matter. Come back after on the review. We'll have it. Oh,
Stephen's
yes.
asking whether one twice with one.
Yes.
One gave it to Charlie, and Charlie seems to think the other one bought shoes with it. Can you remember what he bought the other one?
I don't know.
remember him telling me. He told us. I did. I would have told you. He told us what he bought. Charlie seems to think it's shoes, but I can't remember what it was. He definitely bought something.
Like a spa and a manicure.
Funny enough, I think that guy won £180 cash as well. Maybe it's a sign.
A wax, a back crack and what's it? Wax he got.
What goes through your head? Why have you just come up with that?
Well, I just thought like spa day. That's what they do at spa days, isn't it? They have a wax up.
What's the reasoning for that? It's thought coming to your head. I think someone bought
Treat
shoes.
yourself.
Oh well,
Treat yourself.
Crack.
Treat yourself. Why not? Well, I would do it. Sounds painful, to be perfectly honest with you.
Charlie
needs it more than me. He's the hairiest one out of a lot of us. Look what you're looking at. If you look at your screen now, the 3 stages of hairiness.
I think Charlie's the reason Manscaped ended their sponsorship with us.
There's a man who's clearly not been looking after his male grooming.
They were like, clearly this ain't working. We ain't getting through to him. We got to go. Go.
You're going to need a bigger shaver for that one.
Right. Bloody hell, I've just seen the time. Live chat, what's your score predictions? Get your score predictions into the live chat. Gonzo, can I get your final thoughts as well as your own score prediction? He's away. He's still giggling, he is.
Oh, fair enough. My final thoughts are, look, apparently somebody said in the chat earlier that Man United are playing a strong team tonight. Obviously that has relevance because we're playing them next. So I think it's important that we've rested. But it was important that we get whatever the result is needed tonight. It may well be that a draw is enough, or whatever the case may be, that we get the result tonight and we move on to the next game. And I think I'm looking forward to the game, but for me, so much of this is about a Gerd. All right, there's no doubt about it. This is not our first choice team, but he's got some backup on here. He's got Rice on the bench. He's got Skamaka on the bench if it goes a little bit funny. So. I hope we don't need him. I hope that we get to near the end of the game and actually he's bringing on someone like Forson, who is a bundle of energy, isn't he? Just to run around and close people down and things like that. And Skamaka and Rice in particular get saved. I think the most important thing as well is we don't want a Gerd injury. That's really important because actually him playing, those 3 defenders playing, in terms of Ogbonna, in terms of Gerd, and in terms of Johnson, are actually allowing Zuma and hopefully Dawson the opportunity to get rested and prepared for Man U. I think it's 2-1 to us.
Nick, just clicking on this. Missed it. He basically said, get any sponsor in, don't worry about it. No, we will always be picky. We'll always be picky. We always have been. We always will be. That's why I had to try HelloFresh before we promoted it, in case the food was rubbish. But to be honest with you, it was a lot nicer than I expected. HelloFresh don't sponsor this video. It was a hell of a lot nicer than I expected. I've always been wary of stuff like that. I've always been a bit like, I'd rather go to this shop and pick my own veg rather than it get delivered for me. I always get a little bit suspicious. But
you said it was 20 minutes to cook, mate. I watched the video. You did it in about 20 seconds.
Yeah, very good. Charlie's getting his comedy value from this show tonight. Listen, I'm going to stick with my preview prediction. I said 1-1, and it's Hammer's chat. Check the videos from tomorrow. Check Gonzo's video tomorrow.
I'll do a video tomorrow. Check it out. But it's 50% off the first box. Then what is it? 30% off the next 3.
35% off your next 3.
And some free gifts. But wait. If you want to do it, you'd be doing us a massive favour if you wait till tomorrow's video and I put the link in.
Likes don't get us anything, just helps the channel out, just helps boost the video algorithm. In the preview I said 1-1. I'm going to stick with that, Gonzo. I saw the team tonight and I was actually expecting something a little bit stronger, and I was expecting that little bit stronger team to persuade me that we were going to go on and win this game. But I just think a draw suits us tonight, and I think I worry that we will see that, which is if there's 10 minutes going 1-1, I expect us to defend the 1-1. I expect us to I'm not saying that's what I want us to do. I'm saying that's what I think we will see, which is let's just get this point and get out of here. Silkeborg need a win tonight. They need to come at us. And while that play into our hands, it goes, I then go back full circle, which is, do I have confidence we're going to keep them out? Not really, to be honest with you. Clean sheets. I know we kept one against Bournemouth, but they had to play. They were poor. They were really poor. I can see us conceding tonight, and there's that team. I look at it, and Antonio. I don't need to justify my opinion here. I've defended Antonio a lot over the years, but he ain't a goal scorer anymore. You check his 2022. How many goals he scored this calendar year? It's not that many. Back end of last season, he wasn't scoring either. So he needs a goal. I need him. I want to see him get a goal, but and I know someone's going to say he scored against Fulham. However, he had an opportunity to score 5 seconds prior and missed it. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to say 1-1. I'm going to stick with 1-1. That's which will be job done. Right. Anyway, right, Charlie, what are you saying just quickly? What's your score prediction?
Well, I'm in two minds. I reckon 2-1 is probably about right to West Ham. I'm a little bit less confident than I was going into it. The side's weaker than I thought it was going to be, like you're saying. However, it's still a strong team. It's still a lot of capable players in there. And I think you give them the opportunity, they will score. So I'll go 2-1 as well. I think that's probably the safe one. For the subscriptions, by the way, how many subscribers have we got? We're currently at 27,914, which means we are 86 off. So
he's clever, isn't he?
Former accountant, you see that right up there. If you haven't, all in my head, Gonzo, incredible. I know.
I love it.
If you haven't already, get subscribing. Come on, we need to hit that because then we can give it away. Gio, is that what's happening? Giving it away during the watch along if it hits?
Yeah, you can come up with something, whether it's a game or whether you put your alarm on and don't tell anyone, or you just come up with something in your head and give it away, and the winner can pick any t-shirt on the website. It will post out to them.
There we go. So get on it, people. Come on, subscribe.
But if we don't hit it tonight and we hit it tomorrow or Saturday, there's no giveaway.
You'll be punished.
Don't subscribe tomorrow.
Do not subscribe tonight. Right. Anyway, Gonzo said 2-1, didn't you? You said 2-1?
Yes.
He said 2-1. He's off. I said 1-1. I'm off. But we're going to leave you Charlie's here until the full time.
Thank you, Gio. Thank you, Gonzo. And thank you, everyone, for joining. How are we all? Hope you're well. Hope you're good. I'm also feeling 2-1. That's the vibes I'm going with today. But I want to know where you're at confidence-wise. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the least confident possible, 10 being the most confident possible, how confident are you of a West Ham result today? I wish to know. Let me know. And how are you all? I hope you're well. I hope you're having a good day and a good time. Like I say, despite my sort of slight tempered expectations given the lineup, which we will go through, and yes, I do need to get my hair cut. It's an absolute mess. It's the beard. That's the worst part, is the beard. Despite that, I'm still pretty confident. And we'll go through the lineups in just a moment. First of all, good to see you, my friend Mike. How are you, sir? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a grand old time. Up and off. I'll tell you what, when you did the Patreon video, I was just looking at the sort of places you were filming, like, on the road and stuff, and I was just like, it looks very nice. Maybe it's the Londoner in me who just thinks anything outside of London is very nice, but it does look very nice. And more importantly, football. Good to see you, by the way. We do not have bells tonight. I've been to the shop. There were nary a bell in sight, right? And I have to admit, I went at like 10:30 and it shuts at 11, so I didn't get the time to go to like a second shop to find it again, but couldn't find any at all. Good to see you. Good to see James. James, let the people know if your t-shirt giveaway is still open, by the way, because I know you said Thursday. Did it close today, or did it close? Or does it close tonight? If that makes sense, let the people know. But before we go through all your numbers, let's have a quick look at the lineup. Now, obviously, West Ham do post it on Twitter, but Silkeborg didn't seem to. So we'll go through the West Ham one on Twitter like we usually do in a nice fancy way. Silkeborg, well, we'll just find out. How's that going to work? Nope, that's not worked. That button has failed me, ladies and gentlemen. Wait for it. There we go. What an exciting time to be alive. West Ham lineup as such, it looks like a 5 at the back with Areola in goal, Soufal, Johnson, Ogbonna, Aguerd, and Emerson at the back. Lanzini and Coventry probably in a double pivot with Fornals and Ben Rama on either side of Antonio. It looks like to me either a 3-5-2 a 3-4-3, one of those two. Maybe even a 3-4-1-2, however you want to look at it. The bench being Randolph, Zuma, Kera, Cresswell, Souček, Rice, Downs, Skamaka, Hedgie, Potts, and Orson. There you go. Like I said, it's a weaker lineup than I was expecting, if I'm being honest with you. Let's just see if they have actually done it now. A weaker lineup than I was expecting. I would have expected us to go a bit stronger. No, they haven't done it. Fair enough. I would have wanted us to go a bit stronger. And if Aguerd and Coventry weren't in there, I wouldn't be super happy with this lineup. I would think it's a bit weak. I think it's a bit rotational. I mean, if you're going to rotate in any match, these are the ones to do it in right now, to be fair. But at the same time, I want more from Europe. I'm excited about Europe. It's my favourite thing about West Ham at the moment. We're seeing us play in Europe, so I want to see us gun for it and just take teams on. So I can't exactly expect him to play full force because it makes sense to rotate, but at the same time, I would have been a disappointment. However, we get to see Aguerd and we get to see Coventry. Therefore, I will accept it. Their lineup, which I'll just have running across the bottom of the screen, and I will attempt to pronounce. Will I get it right? I doubt it. Is Larson in goal, Ostrom, Salquist, Felix, and Clitton, Fordarson, Gojani, and Klinge in midfield, with Tengsted and Jorgensen behind Hellenius. The bench for Silkeborg tonight: Hedval, and Anderson, Kaliser, Bush, Matson, Karlund, Dahl, Ogudson, Engel, Kusk, Lind, and Adamson. So there you go. Those are the lineups. Let's have a look at some of these numbers. I've got to scroll back up because the chat skipped halfway through that. Thanks, the internet, helping me out there. Good luck, yeah. I did AAT. You know, I'm no longer accountant. I've forgotten every single thing, so I can't help you. But good luck. Good luck. Hope you nail it. Hope you just swaz it in. Yank, you've been around for a while, to be fair, Just. I'll call you Just. You've been around for a while, so I respect it. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Right. 6, 2, 5, 6.5, 7, 7. Solid 8 today, says Peter. Good to see you, by the way. Hope you're well. Antonio Skamaka off the bench. We'll get onto sub bingo in a second, but I would suspect that will be a sub at some point. Skamaka coming on. 9, 7, 8 for me. Might's come through with confidence. 7, 7, 6. Hi, Charlie. And 8 says Joan. Dean, good to see you, my friend. 4, 1 to us. About a 7. You love to see it. Madman. I did see Rio was getting interviewed by Roshane today. Probably for something in The Athletic. So, you know, all I'm saying is you should get him on the channel. He'll never say yes, but we'll see. But good to see you. 3-1 coming from behind. Well, listen, I'll take it, Mick. I'll take it, to be honest. I'll be taking it. 7, Danny Dice Chocolate Homunculus, one of the better names on YouTube, if we're being honest about it. Just coming through with a strong come on your irons. Come on your irons indeed, but we'll take it. 2-0. Yes, thank you, Jonathan. Thank you. 7. Can you give the shirt to the 28,000 subscribers so we all have that as subscribing and resubscribing? If I had that ability, I would, and you could potentially make it work if you were refreshing, but it only shows people whose subscriptions are public, and I ain't got time to sit there and just refresh it constantly. So instead, we'll come up with something if it happens. Make sure we all subscribe, and then if we hit the 28k tonight, during this stream, then we'll see. 6.9 out of 10, 2 bells. No bells at all. It's just disgraceful. It's just stressful. 7.5 says Maverick. A slightly tepid 69. Well, first of all, nice. Dan, good to see you. Nice. Also, fair. Steve's lobbing in a road. Steve from Rhodes, sorry, is lobbing in a 7.5. I was about to call you were lobbing in a from Rhodes, which you did do as well at the same time, but just incorrectly there. 7 out of 10, 4, 2, 3, 1. I think it's a 5. My gut says it's a 5. I would be shocked if it was anything but a 5. No matter what the Europa Conference League website suggests. And Val, good to see you too. So there we go. Thank you, Gavdog. Thank you. Again, I do probably need to. This is going to go very soon. To be honest with you, tonight, okay, everyone, get over to E20 Zone TV, comment the hashtag. I can't remember what it's meant to be. James, if you're still here, put it down in the thing. I will message you after this about the entry and all that, but go and have a gander, everyone. Yeah, this is going to go very soon. This is going to go very soon. I was meant to do it before today, but to be honest with you, I've been too busy. And lazy, which isn't a shock. So there we go. I'm pretty confident, though. I can't lie. Like I said, despite the fact that I'm not like super buzzing about the team, I'm buzzing about elements of the team, but without being super buzzing about the starting 11, thinking it's the greatest thing I've ever seen, and oh my God, we're going to step up to Silkeborg and we're going to play him off the park. Without all of that, I still think that I'm relatively confident. I put myself at 7.58, something like that. Scott, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're well. I'm eating pepperoni pizza for dinner tonight. What a time to be alive. I'm still pretty flipping confident. I can't lie. I probably got a 7.58 at least. At least. But I do think they'll score, like I was saying before. I do think we'll see a goal. But let's get on to sub bingo. We've got about 10 minutes until kickoff. So let's get on with sub bingo. Sub bingo, of course, is the game where you predict when David Moyes will make his first substitution. I will bring the subs up on screen now. You don't have to tell me who will come on for who, but you can if you want a little bit of extra sauce. The only thing that counts is the time. Let me know the minute you think it will be. I will say, as per usual, 69. Which is relatively close at the moment. I think realistically it'll probably be 72, but I'll say 69. And I'm going to say it's going to be me. I'm going to say it's going to be... Ooh, it's a difficult one, isn't it? I reckon it will be Rice for Lanzini. Don't know if I believe that. Rice for Coventry, 69 minutes. That's where I'm going. Also doing a quiz on there where the winner gets 100 notes for Xmas. So expensive, Xmas, but worth it for West Ham folks. Man's just giving stuff away. James is just out here like Santa, just giving stuff away. I respect it, James. Everyone subscribe to E20 Zone TV if you're not already. Man's just out here. And also, importantly, us. Come on. We've got to give away tonight if we hit that number. It is a bit... they have got the sort of vintage filter over the top of it. The vintage filter, you know. Right, let's have a little scroll. My chat keeps jumping all around. Yeah, good luck. It's just find that balance. Val's correct. Debits, credits, all that nonsense. You said the word debits and credits, Val, and a shiver went up my spine. I was like, never again. Fun fact, I once accidentally transferred £1 million into the wrong account. That was a fun afternoon. The auditors were highly skeptical. Separate story for a separate time. But it was a thing that happened. Willie says, hey Charlie, good to see you, Willie. I'm happy to see players like Coventry starting. Have you got Baby Bells on standby? No Baby Bells, but I am very excited to see Coventry as well. To be honest, that's one of the big highlights for me from this team today, alongside Aguerd, is that one. Dude, I promise I will get back to you. In fact, I'm going to set a timer, Kostia, right now for 10 o'clock to remind me, because we both know I'll forget because I'm a fool. But I promise I will message you. So I'm setting an alarm now for 10. And then when that goes off, I'll be like, I need to message Kostia. And that's the hand movement I'm going to do as well at that exact moment. Yeah, so I'm going to do that now. I apologise. I'll get on it. Also, Kostia, saw you hanging out with Carlton Cole on the main channel. Look at you. Hanging out with Big C Dog. Very jealous. Love that, man. Lee, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a good day. Lee's an absolute legend. If you haven't already subscribed to Lee and the Sable team, I'd highly recommend it. Let's have a look. At score. What are we looking for? What am I looking for? Sub bingo. That's what I'm looking for. Scrolling, looking for times. Good to see you, Ismail. Good to see you, Richard. Clinge is playing. Let me put the lineups back up. Clinge does start. 45 minutes as we will be 4-0 up. Jesus Christ, I would be very excited about it. 41 minutes, 37 minutes of 41 seconds. Two very stressful predictions, and I hope it doesn't include the boy Naif, because then it will just be a lot of stress. Knowing West Ham's locks, 2 Zuma for Aguerd. He's also injured. We can't be dealing with this, we can't be. Amy's hitting 45, 56 minutes. Potts coming on for Benny at half time, 28 minutes. Actually, Ben Ramte coming off is probably a good shout, because him or Fornals are starting at the weekend. One of the two of them is. So it's probably likely one of the two of them will come off earlier. So that's actually quite a smart shout from Val. I didn't think about that. 28 minutes, says Scott. Rice for Coventry at 45. Good to see you, Leon. Hope you're well. 45. Zuma for Aguerd. 58th minute. And actually, that's another smart one because Aguerd's probably going to get like half and then come off. I haven't thought this through at all, clearly. The people are... I'm just the knowledge coming through. The thought process is happening. And I'm like, do you know what? No, yeah, you're right. Do you know what? No, yeah, you're right. I'm an idiot is what we found out right now. And I say found out like we didn't already know that. Sub at 14 minutes, final score 1-0, says Amanda. I'll take it. I believe a slow start, but going on to win the game 2-0, ready to punish the Devils on Saturday. Let's go. Sunday even, my bad. Let's go. 45 minutes, if no bell, try some Philadelphia spread. I would if we had any, Anthony, but that's not a bad shot. Maybe I'll just buy it. Maybe next time I go, if there's not a Baby Bell, just find something else cheese-based and then work my way from there, you know? Like a ready meal, mac and cheese. It's probably a bit much, but it's cheese. Downs 57 minutes, 65. Skamaka for Antonio, 69 minutes. Rice for Coventry. Skamaka, 63. 32nd minute. Tries 3-0 down, and Moyes brings on Zoom for Antonio. Respect the 3-0. If he did that, I wouldn't even be angry at that point. You know what I mean? I'd just be like, do you know what? He's doing his thing. I believe it's results against the other, David. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but I believe tonight, if we avoid a loss, then we definitely top the group. I believe is the way it works. But I think, David, and I'm not entirely certain, it's results against each other. I could be wrong about that. 17 minute, Aguerd limps off stress. Zach and John back at it again. Come on. Let's go, Zach and John. Hope you're both well. Hope you're both having a good day. There we go. We were flying on the likes, by the way, I noticed before I came on. We're at 312 now. So not only were we flying before, we're flying now. 312. All right, so we've flown past the 300 mark. We've absolutely blitzed that. Like, there's no stress. The teams are coming out now. So we've absolutely gone flying past that. But here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, with a couple of minutes left, the teams are walking out. I'll ask you now, finally, for your score predictions. You've seen the lineups, we've had the conversations, you've seen the subs bench, you've seen the vibes, you felt the rhythms. What are you saying in terms of score predictions? Lob those in chat right now. Hope you're well, bro. Hope you're having a good time. And we'll be going through them in just a moment. Before that, though, remember that we are sponsored by the One Football app, ladies and gentlemen. It's a beautiful app that you can find on your phone. If you were wondering how Geo Gonzo get the lineups just before kickoff and all that sort of stuff, just before the build-up show, it's the One Football app. If you were wondering where they get West Ham news from, it's the One Football app. It's a wonderful, beautiful app that allows you to follow just the things you care about. So say you want to hear about West Ham and West Ham only. All you have to do is hit that West Ham follow, and bang, you get West Ham. If you say you only want to listen to Premier League, bang, you hit that. If you only want to listen to Europa Conference League, bang, you get that. If you don't want to hear about Tottenham news, for example, you don't have to. Don't follow them, and you won't get any. It's a beautiful app. It's a wonderful app. They've sponsored us yet again. So One Football app, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for sponsoring us. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you are only here for the build-up show, then I would like to thank you as well. On your way out, hit subscribe if you haven't already, because again, if we hit that 28k during this stream, and I tell you what, we've jumped up massively since we mentioned it last. We're now only 71 off. If we hit that during the stream, we will be giving away something. A t-shirt from the store. We're giving something away from the store. That was it. So if you don't already, make sure to subscribe. And while you're on the way out, like the video. We've already hit that 300. So it's house money at this point. It's house money. But hit the like button on your way out. But I will be live in just a moment. I, of course, have the timer up here, which will let you know exactly how far behind you I am, because I will be ever so slightly. I watch BT Sport on their website, and for some reason, that's slower than television. And I don't really understand why. Not technical knowledge I have, unfortunately. However, you at least have time, so you know where I'm at. Let's have a look at some of these score predictions. Good. Do so. I'm assuming it'll be smaller than mine, so fine. I'll send you the shirt off my back. No, it'll be massive on you. Right, let's have a look. I can see a lot of score predictions. Got to be at Welsh Rarebit at halftime. Listen, does that involve cheese? I've never known. I just know of it, you know. Right, 2-0, 3-2, 5-0, 4-0, 3-2, 1-0, 3-1, 2-1, 3-1 West Ham, 3-1 Irons, 69 minutes triple sub Trouty. Love that. I would be so hyped, Trout. That would be incredible. 4-3 with a goal disallowed for both, says Pagan, off of their 3-2 West Ham. Interesting. 3-1, 2-0, 2-0 with a goal for Coventry. Would love that. 3-1 to West Ham, 5-1 to the Irons, 3-1 to West Ham. Tuning in to BT. Timothy, thank you very much for coming and appreciate it in the build-up, my friend. Good to see. 5-0, a big win. I predict I'm going mad. Save 4-1, 4-0, 1-1, 4-1, and no hands of any involved in any of the goals. I don't think that's possible for us anymore, Stephen. I don't think it's possible for us anymore. 3-0, 3-1. Deploy the boys, Dave. Come on. 7,000 0. Big. Taz, big 2-0, buzzing to watch Aguerd. So am I, a tight 1-0. Michael, BT Sports saying 4 at the back, Aguerd left back, Johnson centre back, Emerson left mid, Lanzini. Yeah, it's not happening, Michael. I'm fairly confident. Because they've just gone with the exact thing that the Europa Conference League website was, which I think was wrong as well. We'll see. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to kick off. I will say, run for your lives, duck and cover. Deckers, I'm not okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to kick off at the London Stadium. It is West Ham United versus Silkeborg. Come on, you Irons, deploy the boys. It's time to run 2 things, all of that good stuff. It's the Europa Conference League. I think if we avoid defeat here, we top the group with 0 stresses. As long as we avoid defeat, obviously Silkeborg are going to want to win. They're going to need a win to try and chase on second place. The top 2 in the group are the only 2 who go through, so they're going to be pushing for that, which should, in theory, help us a little bit. That's what I want. But ultimately, to be honest with you, get those 3 points. Let's get him in. Very excited to see Aguero, who seems to be early doors. I'm looking at the formation right now. It seems to be exactly as we expected with 3 at the back. However, it looks like Aguerd is actually playing in the middle of the back 3 as opposed to Ogbonna, which I'm both shocked by and not shocked by. I think from David Moyes' perspective, there's 2 reasons he could be doing that. One, he doesn't want to pressurise Aguerd too much. That's going to be the least pressurised role in terms of movement, playing in that centre of the 3. If you're wide on the right or left of the formation, then you're going to be having to get up and down. That's going to be a big thing. So maybe it's a situation in which he doesn't want to stress out the knees or whatever. So he's playing him in the centre. The other reason is something I spoke about this week on Hamalytics, which is the Patreon show. One of the Patreon shows I do. And it's the idea of David Moyes, when he doesn't trust someone yet, he just fits them in where he can. He'll put everyone else where he trusts them most and then just slots the next people in. And so realistically, maybe that's what we're seeing. Ball over the top for Antonio, he's offside. Maybe early signs of how this is going to go. But Aguerd is in the centre. I accidentally ordered 2 takeaways, and I think that's a big place. Because I strongly agree with you. I think that's massive place. I've done it myself before. I've never ordered 2 takeaways, but I have pre-ordered a game twice from 2 different locations. And they both arrived on the same day. And that was bad. But I just took one to the shop and took a £10 hit. But a more costly mistake. First goal by West Ham on either 8th, 10th, 12th or 14th game minute. Check it out. Come on, Johannes. Retesh, thank you very much. We'll be taking that. Good evening, Kevin. Hope you're well. Yeah, Ogbonna, who has the captain's armband as well, is definitely playing on the left centre-back role. He's quite high up in the sort of Cresswell kind of mould of centre-backs there. We've got Fornals, who might be... I think it might be the sort of the 3-4-1-2 kind of variation of the 3/5 at the back we play, where you have a sort of a midfielder just behind sort of 2 more prominent strikers. That doesn't look wrong at all, does it? Because it looks like to me Fornals is sort of playing in that central role. We've seen Ben Rama play it in other European games. We've seen Paqueta play it, and it looks like we've got Ben Rama on the left and Antonio sort of on the right of the 2. Lanzini is definitely in the sort of double pivot role with Coventry. He's playing on the left, Coventry's on the right. Interesting. It's interesting. It is what we've seen mostly from David Moyes in terms of 5 at the back. This is the way we've seen it happen. That's nicely done by Antonio. It's a foul after a while, apparently. It looked like it was good, to be fair, but, you know, here's what it is. Judas, my trustworthy friend, I hope you're well. Let me show you the bench. And there you go, running across the bottom of your screen now. Wedgie, good to see you. Hope you're well. I get too impatient first and accept my order. Yeah. I have done the exact same thing. I have done the exact same thing. It's a problem. It's a problem, but I have done the exact same thing. Stu, good to see you, my friend. I've seen your message. I promise I will reply to you after this. I promise I'll reply to you after this show. But I have seen your message. I saw you message me the other day. I've just been so busy. I forgot to get back to you. I promise I will, but I hope you're well. If you haven't already, subscribe. Subscribe to the Disabled team. Doing big bits over there. I think we can. I think it'll be a bit of it's a stretch with this starting lineup to some extent, but I think we can. I think we've got enough good players on the pitch to make it happen. TT, good to see you. Hope you're well. Shout out TT. Skamaka is on the bench, Jonathan. I'm just running across. There he is. Wait. There he is. Just running across the bottom of the screen right now. Beautiful man. He's a beautiful man. Beautiful, wonderful guy. You know what I mean? Soufal on the ball, wide on the right-hand side, charging forward. Ben Rama sort of making a little bit of space on the right. Picks up the ball and is forced to pass it backwards just to keep possession. Good positioning from Silkeborg. I mean, West Ham passing it around at the back. And they're just taking up nice positions to just stop us from being able to move forward in any way, shape or form right now. It was a nice idea from Pablo Fornals. Doesn't quite work out. Trying to find Mikel Antonio. But good pressure instantaneously from him and from the rest of West Ham, to be fair. They've taken up good positions as well. Silkeborg passing it around at the back very dangerously, very awkwardly. West Ham pressing nicely. And force Silkeborg to go long. I mean, they've got Hellenius up front, who's a big lad. Who's a big old guy. So they can sort of have that out ball. Bono wide to Ben Johnson, looking to spread the play across to the right-hand side. Sort of just trying to figure it out. I think Silkeborg are playing in the sort of 4-3-3 Christmas tree style formation that we've seen from them before. They've got two just sort of behind, quite central, just sort of behind Hellenius, just close to him. Again, you're able to hit that out ball. That's a nice ball forward to Agued with a really nice big ball forward, trying to find Soufal, who wins a throw-in, slightly awkwardly, but he does it. Nice play between Soufal and Fornals there, hooks it towards a goal. No one on the end of that. Coventry does well to just keep that one down. It's a nice ball from Agued there. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Stu. Very kind. No, I'm at home. I have BT. I have BT on the internet, right? So I can watch it on the internet. They're Ben Robert 4 hours in the box. Lanzini, a couple of little step overs, trying to find a bit of space. 4 hours lofts it in towards Antonio, who gets a rare header on the ball, but off the roof of the net. It was a decent opportunity there. Couldn't quite make it work. But yeah, no, I have BT Sports, so it's fine. West Ham are playing in Europe, so I have BT Sport because it also has the wrestling. So it makes my life easy. No Baby Bells, Marley. It's a sad time. It's a sad time. Thank you, Ian. I appreciate it. It's easier with the chat. It's a lot easier with the chat. A lot easier. The chat is the only reason it makes it possible. Why didn't we feel a stronger team tonight than a weaker in the last group game? I don't know, Nicola. That's what I would have done personally, but I mean, Moyes probably looks at it and thinks this team is strong enough to get the win anyway. That's a nice ball over the top from Soufal. It is going to be offside of Pablo Fornals, but it was a nice idea. Trying to play off that last man very clearly. The line from Silkeborg is up sort of just outside the area, and we've twice got offside already. Just looking for those balls over the top. Clearly an instruction tonight. Yeah, I see why Moyes has done it. He's probably thinking this team is good enough to win anyway. But personally, I would have gone with a stronger tonight. And then that's the last time, yeah. Here you go, man. The Oasis Irons mug that Rebecca made that you can buy on hamsterchatstore.com. Along with this, also something Rebecca made. Apparently, I'm just wearing a lot of Rebecca merch tonight. It's apparently the way I'm going tonight. Aguerd just running Hellenius out there. It was a long ball over the top, but to be fair, it was never probably going to get to him. But Aguerd just makes sure to cover him well. So far, fine. So far, fine. I will say, I'm not super happy with the positioning, but so far, fine. Nice passing range so far. Well, Drunk Vegan. Listen, if you're looking for ways... I didn't even say this. Hang on a second. We'll come back to this, Drunk Vegan. Good to see you, by the way. Soufal crosses it in. Headed away. Poor cross, to be honest. If you are looking for a way to watch the game because you can't watch it tonight for some reason, then there are definitely ways you could do it. What I would recommend you do is scroll down into the description below. And there's a bit there called Join Our Discord. It's completely free. Hammers Chat, West Ham community, but fans of all clubs are welcome. More importantly, though, on the left-hand side, if you scroll down, there's a bit there called Stream Links, and you will find, hopefully, what you're looking for. Obviously, VPNs, antivirus stuff. Highly recommended whenever doing that sort of stuff. But places to look. Also, footy pass. Fornals charging his way forward, and Mikel Antonio and him just a little bit of a miscommunication there. Fornals was taking on the defenders, just charging, tries to lay it off to Mikel Antonio, who stopped running. Pablo Fornals does well to work that one back and win the ball again. Lanzini, it was a nice idea to try and find Ben Rama, but trying to slot it through two separate players. Chip through ball from Silkeborg was never working there, and Areola comes and collects it with his feet about a mile away from his goal. Thank you. Marley, that's very kind of you. Thank you. Stephen, good to see you, my friend. I hope you're having a good day. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. Hope you're well. What's your thoughts, Stephen? What's your score prediction? I might have clicked on it and missed it and just not concentrating. Stephen, what's your score predictions? Let me know. Oh, nice ball. Nice ball from Fornals to Antonio, who does well, takes it side, hits it. Save with the foot. It was straight at the feet. It was a tight angle from Mikel Antonio. It was a nice through ball from Pablo Fornals. Just finds the space for Mikel Antonio. Just slots it through. And Antonio manages to wobble past one player. And it was a very, very tight angle. Hits it low. He does the smartest thing. There's two options there. You either smash it into the top of the net or you go low. He goes low. Anything else apart from those two is not going to work. And it's straight into the foot of the goalkeeper, unfortunately. But it was nicely worked. And early on in this game, sort of 10, 12 minutes in, it feels completely and utterly ours. They've not really done anything so far, Silkeborg. There's been a couple of balls over the top where, Aguerd with a nice ball. It was a nice idea. Didn't quite work out. Good defending in the end, but it was nicely done to pick back up from Soufal, and Ben Rama charging at the defence, lays it off to Soufal. Nice cross in would do what's good here. Wasn't a nice cross, but we'll take a corner. Like I say, 10 minutes in, 12 minutes in at this point, and honestly, I can't lie, this feels very much like it's 1000% our game. Silkeborg have not really shown anything yet. A couple of balls over the top where you're a little bit concerned about how far forward they are or whatever, but honestly, they've not even come close to being in our box yet, really. So at this point, we're looking very much in control. Short corner. Interesting. Oh, Aguerd hits it. Oof. Off the side netting. First chance for Aguerd there. Short corner taken from Fornals to Soufal, who whips in a ball very deep, and a spectacular volley it would have been from Nathan Aguerd if we are gonna go that way. Oh, that Fornals through pass again for Antonio was really nice. First touch control, second touch lays it through. Antonio does well to take it past his man. Does well. Charlie, can you do these for the Premier League? Your presence gives me hope. I do them for the Premier League. I have only missed one West Ham game in almost 2 seasons. Every single game last season, all Premier League, Europa League, Cups, every single one we did one. And I've missed one this season because I had food poisoning and that's it. So we do. Feel free to come back. I would love to see you back. Feel free to come and get involved. We need you because I do it by myself. We need you. Free kick about 35, 40 yards from goal for West Ham. Lanzini takes it short to Aguerd. Oh, it's not a bad ball into Ogbonna. I think it was Aguerd. It might not have been. I'm not sure who it was who played the ball in the end. It might have been Lanzini, actually. Or Coventry. Slade short. I think it is Aguerd. No, but that's Aguerd. Who the hell plays that ball? It's Emerson. Emerson's on the pitch, right? It was Emerson. Emerson puts the ball in. It was nice towards the back stick, and Ogbonna gets up well, but can't quite get the header on target. Silkeborg. His quality is definitely shining through so far. Defensively, he's not really had much to do. The one ball over the top towards Hellenius, and he just ran it out. Well, it wasn't a difficult thing to do, but it was well done that he's done it. But the passing range is looking good so far. Yeah, I've barely at all. I've missed one since I'm not entirely certain when. I do need to go back and figure out how long the streak was. We were, of course, the only West Ham channel to do a watch along for every single game last year. And we hoped to make that last this year until I got food poisoning, and that just gave it was a big no-no. However, you know, it happens. But I do need to go back and find, because I'm pretty sure the hit rate is like a Declan Rice pass succession, 99%. Like, you know what I mean? I've missed basically none. I think I want to say since the entire time we've started doing them, which was at the beginning of lockdown, I think I've only missed 2. I'm pretty certain I've only missed 2. One was in December 2020 and one was last week, whenever it was, when I had food poisoning. I think. So subscribe. Hit that bell notification button so you don't miss out on future videos. Nice to see Connor commentary in the pitch as well. I was agreeing sort of with what people were saying in the live chat and the build up about potentially wanting someone a bit stronger next to Connor commentary as opposed to Lanzini, in terms of maybe just helping him out, maybe not just sort of sacrificing that sort of double pivot felt a bit weak. But to be honest with you, right now I'm looking at it and I'm pretty calm with it. This doesn't feel like the same sort of performance from Silkeborg we saw in the away fixture. This feels like a lot more like us playing at home. This is, or what you would imagine West Ham playing at home to be, not what it usually is, which is quite turgid. You know what I mean? It feels a lot more, we just feel a lot more in control of it, to be honest with you. They try to work their way down the left-hand side there. It doesn't work. That's not to say we need to be complacent. Obviously, they can come forward. There was an opportunity there as they were working it down the left-hand side where, you know, maybe you get a cross in, and if Hellenius can attack the ball, get a good header on it, maybe there's something there. But as of right now, it feels very much like our game, but we do need to make that count. Antonio with the control does manage to turn around in the end. Finds Fornals. Controls, lays it off to Emerson nicely. He's got Ben Rama ahead of him on the overlap. Finds Ben Rama. Or takes it past one nicely. Puts in a good cross as well, and Antonio was there. He couldn't quite get his header on it. Then number 4 does well, and Fornals gets his head on it. And then the goalkeeper collects. It was nicely done. Ben Rama just kicks the ball there, couple of step overs, sends his man the wrong way, takes it in. Looks like he was going to do a couple more step overs. Instead, wrong foots him completely to cross the ball in. And it was a nice cross into the path of Antonio. Defender does well to nod it down in the end. And then it comes to Pablo Fornals, who just a sort of glancing header, just sort of seeing if he can angle it any way towards goal at all. Doesn't quite work out straight into the hands of the goalkeeper. You can't expect much from that sort of position. But it was nicely worked. Well, Silkeborg did. Pablo Fornals is a nice idea. If that worked out, we would have been away. But it looked like Silkeborg maybe overcommitted there for a second. There was a lot of players, and it was a good counter-attacking opportunity. But again, that pass from Fornals just doesn't quite work out. So far, very solid. Belcar. I'm saying it's a solid 7 or 8 right now. You know, 7, probably 7. He's not had much to do defensively, if we're being honest about it. He's had basically nothing to do defensively. Passing range, look really nice. Couple of really nice passing. Really nice passes. One over the top, which was really nice. One sort of incisive one, it was really nice. Short passes have all been on point. Looking good. Like I said, I'm not super happy with him playing at centre back, but he's doing his job well. Defensively, though, not had anything really to do. Ops, good to see you. It is on BT Sport 2 in the UK. 2-0. Okay, we'll take that. Frostfire, how are you? I'm well, thank you. Hope you're well. I think 4-1. 4-1 bold. We'll take that. We'll be taking that making that very handily. Is that a phrase? I don't know. Yeah, so far we're really just complete control. And this is kind of what you might expect. You know, we've bought a lot of defenders who are comfortable on the ball to try and give us that sort of platform to build a possession-based side, to be able to control the ball a bit more, who are anti-press, who can pass the ball nicely and sort of start the movements from the back. And that's kind of what you might expect when you buy those players. And Mikel Antonio, maybe not the guy you'd want with that. Maybe you'd prefer Scamacca. Also, ball over the top from Soufal. That's really nice. Pablo Fornals does well to control it. Lays it short to Said Benrahma on the side, on the wing. Oh, he lays it back to Connor Coventry. Takes one touch, hits it. Oh, it was almost a beautiful, beautiful moment. It was so close. It was a really nice ball from Soufal forward. Something I've never really seen from him, that pass. Straight into the chest of Pablo Fornals. Controls it down, lays it short to Said Benrahma, just outside the area on the right-hand side. Good crossing position. Instead, he lays it short to the outside of the area for Connor Coventry. Takes 2 touches to take it round his defensive midfielder ahead of him and then hits it towards top corner. Couldn't quite get there. I do. Hope you will. Be good. But doesn't quite work out. It was close, though. It was flipping close. You can watch it on BT Sports 2 or other places online. I'm sure people can help you with. Other places. Close from Connor Coventry. Very, very close. We'll be taking it. The lights, the big naming lights started happening there. I could see it, Connor Coventry goal, but it didn't quite work out. Henry, good to see you. Yeah, I'm alright. I'm a bit tired, a bit stressed, a lot of work, but apart from that, I'm good. Hope you're well. No need to apologise. Welcome. Thankfully, we haven't scored yet. Oh, Connor Coventry, nice pressing there. They were just passing it around very calmly at the back. There were not really many options. Nice idea from Fornals. Just can't quite work out. Really nice little backflip looking for Benrahma. Connor Coventry there. They were passing it around very casually at the back. There was no real options for them. Again, the press working really well. I'll tell you what, I can't lie. I'm liking the look at this 11. This maybe not this 11, but this formation. I'm liking the look of against teams who are maybe we can step up to a little bit more. Like Silkeborg, maybe a couple of teams in the Premier League. I'm really liking this. Our positions there for the press were really nice. Just standing in places which just cut the passing options down completely. They were passing it around fairly casually at the back. And Connor Coventry just comes charging in, nips the ball off, and then tries to... can't quite get the shot away, but it was nicely done. He's just protecting... he's just sort of whatever's over there. He's just got to keep head on a swivel. You got to be switched on in this game. At any point, someone could come for me. And he's here to protect me. So if anything comes from that direction, I'm safe. Or Antonio. Oh, he goes down under the challenge from the goalkeeper and the referee points to the spot. It's a pen. Again, it was nice play. Really nice play to put Antonio through down that left-hand side. And to be honest with you, the goalkeeper, they're sort of having a little laugh and joke about Antonio and the goalkeeper. It's almost certainly a penalty there. I don't think it will go. I don't think it goes to VAR because we don't have any in the group stage. So it is going to be a penalty. But it was nice work. Pablo Fornals, Antonio and Benrahma, nice through ball. And Antonio gets a touch to just sort of take it away, to be honest with you. It was going out for a goal kick, and the goalkeeper just clumsily clatters into him. Let's look at the contact a little bit closer. Yeah, his knee just clatters into Antonio. It was very clumsy. He holds his hands up like this because he knows that he's sort of didn't necessarily need to do it. There was nowhere Antonio was going to go. It's a shame from his perspective because it wasn't necessary, but still. Lanzini steps up to take it. I would have had Ben Rama, but that's fine. Man, Lanzini slots it home. 1-0. We'll be taking that. We'll be taking that. Lanzini slots it away. Like I said, I would have had Ben Rama on it. I would have had Ben Rama on it after his previous pen. I've always liked his penalties. I think he's confident on them. I like the way he steps up to them. I like the way he finishes them with aplomb. And Lanzini, I'm not going to lie, keeper dives the right way. Keeper picked the right direction there. Lanzini stepped up and tried to slot it in that bottom right-hand corner. And the goalkeeper does go the correct direction. But it's far enough away and well placed enough to where the goalkeeper can't get close to it. West Ham United 1. Silkeborg 0. I think the commentator just say that he scored in the first leg as well. I'm trying to remember, he did score a penalty, didn't he? He slipped over. I don't know. It's 1-0. We're happy with that. We fly in now. This feels like the start of something. Like I say, 25 minutes into the game now, and to be honest with you, it's been 100% us. It's been 100% us. Silkeborg, unfortunately for them, have come nowhere even remotely sort of close to us. They've not really had many opportunities to get even into our area, let alone taking shots and let alone them being dangerous, good chances or anything. And it's been all us. It's been all us. That incisive passing down the left-hand side. O'Connor commentary nicely into the feet side. Ben Rama. He tried to just slay it through to Fornals there. It's good work from Ben Rama there to get the block and to win the ball back. He tried to just lay through Pablo Fornals there. It doesn't quite work out for him. He just misplaces the pass. But he does well to work it back, Ben Rama. And Sufal, with no real options, just running back and forth. But again, just nice pressure to win it back. Lanzini's got Antonio in there. There's Ben Rama. Can't quite get a touch. Goalkeeper almost gives away another pen there. And Mikel Antonio... flops. How many subscribers? Great question. We are currently at 27,935. In fact, will this work? I might be asking too much of the software here, but let's try. Didn't mean that. Did not mean that. There we go. Right. Here we go. What we'll do is we'll keep this in the top corner. If we hit, where's smart for it to go? Oh, we'll put it down here. That feels more accurate. There we go. Right. If we hit 28,000 tonight, we will be doing a giveaway. Now, whether that stays accurate or not, we'll see. I hope it does. We'll see how it goes. But if we hit 28, so we currently need 65. So since I first checked, when we started this stream, we've gained like 20 something. So let's get that pushing. We need 28,000. Listen, they probably know. He does know a lot about it. It works. It went down. Okay, right. It's live. We know it now. It's confirmed to be live because it went down by 1. So if you haven't already, hit that like button. There we go. It's live. You can see it. Good times. Right. Silkeborg passing the ball around now. Like I say, 20. Oh, look, it's just going up. You love to see it. Yeah, it's a good point, Simon. We seem to be getting quite a lot. I think we're just getting into good positions. It's another thing we spoke about on Analytics recently is just the amount of shots we're having as well. We're just raining in shots at the moment. Just absolutely firing them in non-stop. Again, nice pressing. West Ham just just pushing Silkeborg. They're just passing it around, and we aren't sort of backing off as quickly as we usually do as well. Usually what happens is they get sort of vaguely... Oh, that's a nice ball down the line for Hellenius. And Aguirre just stands him up well. Good stuff by Nathan. Nathan Aguirre does really well there. Just stands up Hellenius, who charges through. He just uses his pace to get on the right side of him. Just waits and then just pokes the ball out for a throw-in. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. Pin across. Oh, it was a nice ball there from Silkeborg over to the far right-hand side. Looking towards the touchline. Nodded back down towards goal. Doesn't quite make it work, but there we go. Doing really well. I think he's playing really well so far, Admiral. Can't lie to you, mate. I think he's doing really well. It's been, like I said, he's not had much defensive work to do. We're in a situation where, you know, frankly, he's just not had that much to do. But on the ball, he's looked really good. But there again, the two things he's had to do defensively, I think he's done really well. I think he's done really well. Oh, Antonio almost managed to sneak in there and just nip the ball away. Silkeborg again, just passing it around relatively comfortably at the back, but the pressing is really nice. Just covering practically every passing angle. Just forcing them into awkward stuff. This is really nice. This is really nice done. Really nice play. That's a nice pass, to be fair. Just a nice little piece of close control and playing it around. They only get about 5 yards forward, but it was a nice pass. Again, they're just passing it around awkwardly at the back here. They've not really got much... good, well done again. Fornals with the pressure, and Ben Rama snips it away. Ben Rama hits it over the top. Close. Again, just really nice stuff. We're just cutting all of those passing lanes. This pressure is beautiful. And again, Pablo Fornals forces them into a mistake. Ben Rama skips away with the ball from the interception, takes it past one. Antonio just leaves it for him to take a shot, and it just goes over. But nicely done. Nicely done. Ben Rama, of course, who had 8 shots the game at the weekend, which was like 6 more than anyone else on the pitch. And he's racking them up tonight. He's racking them up again. I mean, they're fair enough. I would ask... Listen, Logan's, I would say fair enough. I don't have a problem for it. But if you did, I would ask why you would watch a West Ham channel. But if you want to, that's fine. As long as you don't create problems, I ain't got a problem with it. Stick around. Subscribe. I'm fine with it. Like the video while you're here. Because my dad did. Which I suspect is the most common answer in football. But because my dad did. And I don't think I would have had any other choice. And Cornet is not playing. He's not fit yet. He's not even in the squad. He's still injured, unfortunately. Yeah, he has been. He's looked good in general this season. There's been a couple of off games, but in general, I think he's looked really good this season. He's having another game where he's looking lively again tonight. That's a nice pass. Silkeborg getting far forward this time on the right-hand side. There's maybe a chance to get in down the right to get a cross in from the corner quadrant, but instead, they're forced to go backwards. That's a nice idea with a silky... almost fittingly, outside of the boot pass down the right-hand side. Doesn't quite make it work. Played in... Hellenius tries to get the control down, and Angelo Ogbonna with a wild piece of control. That's played away. Lanzini does no work. We come away, and we've got... What I like about this setup, and I know this sort of the double pivot is a little bit weak defensively. You're certainly not looking at it as a Rice Suchek double pivot. Or nice turn from Mikel Antonio, gets the controller and charges forward. He's got Pablo Fornals on the overlap. Also has Sufal, who ends up playing the ball across. Fornals gets his head onto it. Fornals getting a lot of headers today. Getting his head on a lot, but obviously he's not the strongest header in the world. But yeah. Probably not, but we'll be watching it live on this very channel. Probably not. I think we've got a decent chance of making a go at it. It's going to be a difficult game. It'll probably be quite a turgid game. So come back and join us where we can actually have some fun talking about it together. Because we'll probably need to have a little bit of a group therapy sesh at some point about how rough it ends up being. But we probably won't win. But there's certainly something in it for us. So there you go, yeah. My first one was West Ham versus Leyton Orient with my dad as well. I was away in a pre-season match in like 2002, 3, something like that. 50 subscribers off. There we go. Come on. We can get there. We can get to 28. We can get to 28 tonight. It's happening. It's happening. Angelo Ogbonna is the captain tonight. I think it depends who's on, right? If you're looking at this formation, say, and you switch out... Oh, Ben Rama does really well there. Picks up the ball, just wins it, and then lays it off nicely and gets into a good area straight after as well. Pass and move again, nicely done. Picks up the backup pass from Coventry. Emerson, Fornals maybe just through. Good defending, to be fair. It was a bold play to try and slot it through for Fornals and couldn't quite get there ahead of good defending. I think if you're looking at it in terms of if you're looking at it with different personnel, Richard. So say you're putting in, I don't know, Paqueta for Lanzini, Rice and Souček coming in for Coventry and, I don't know, Fornals, Skamaka instead of Antonio or Benrahma or whatever. There's pieces here that look really nice. I think I've spoken about this at length on Hamalytics, so patreon.com/HamersChat if you haven't already. Don't do it now. Do it first of the month because you save more money that way, because you get charged when you join and then at the beginning of the month again. So if you do it now, you get charged in a couple of days, or if you do it the first, then you won't get charged till the next first, if that makes sense. So wait till then. But on Hamalytics, we spoke about it again this week. It's just that I think it's a good formation, but we are just missing the wing back section of it. If we had some really good wing backs, Emerson is fine. Maybe you could put Cresswell out there, who's sort of playing really, really well this season. You have Aguerd at left centre back. You have Zuma at centre back. You have Kehrer at right centre back. If we had a great wing back, I think it would be fine. But there is there is that little bit missing from it. Fridge reveal. The camera wire was stretched that far. Oh, Soufal, nice position. Dinks it across. Header from Said Benrahma. Just wide. Just wide again. Getting a really nice position. Soufal dinks it across. A better cross from him. Again, we don't really... Mikel Antonio's only... we're getting a lot of joy in the air today. Bring on Skamaka, baby. Bring on Souček. We're getting a lot of joy in the air today, although Souček wouldn't be in any of the positions that they're in because the double pivot is sitting very deep. But we're getting a lot of joy in the air, and I feel like if we had a better header of the ball on the pitch, although Antonio is there, but he hasn't scored a header in about 8 years. That's a nice pass from Pablo Fornals. Really good work between him, Antonio, and Benrahma. Benrahma on the right-hand side pulls it back, looking for Fornals. Couldn't quite find it. Antonio was maybe free on the dink on the other side. The goalkeeper would have come for it potentially, though. Again, we're doing really well. Really good performance so far. That's a foul. It's a foul from Ben Johnson against... I'm not sure who it is. One of their players. I don't necessarily think that's true. I think if you have... Well, yeah, of course it is kind of true. But I think realistically with Souček, you're looking at someone who thrived in this formation essentially last time when he first came here and we were playing it. He absolutely thrived in it. Declan Rice has gotten significantly better. That's a yellow card for Conor Coventry. For the foul, he's just taken a yellow card, which is what it is. I think you have him as a sort of almost an auxiliary Kevin Nolan type guy who's just going to arrive late in the box, get on the end of crosses and stuff. I think that works. I think you would maybe struggle on the right-hand side a little bit more, but maybe that's what the Paqueta role is. You sort of, where you have like Fornals here playing sort of just behind a Benrahma Antonio type thing. Maybe Paqueta in that role, he can support that right-hand side a little bit more and can link up the play between the likes of Kehrer, Soufal, or whoever the right wing-back would be in this scenario, and, I don't know, whoever's going to do the crossing, I guess. It is what it is. I think it works. I think this formation specifically works for both Declan Rice and Thomas Souček, and I think we saw that the first time Thomas Souček came here. But again, you do need a better right wing back, and we just don't have one. Although, as Greg's saying, to be fair, I agree with you. I think this is the best game he's had in a long time. I've been very far from being enamoured with Soufal this season and last season as well. But I think he's doing all right. He's doing all right today. I think Ben Johnson's been weak recently as well. Kera, I'm not convinced on the right side yet. It was Lanzini from a penalty, Belcar. Lanzini from a penalty. Tordarson laying it short. This is a nice position for Silkeborg. We've got a lot of players forwards, but we have more players back than they have forward. Let's put it that way. Every single one of our players, by the way, is currently defending. There isn't a single person beyond the ball. They're passing it around. Nice ball out to that left-hand side. Always put into a dangerous position from Tordarson. Maybe Hellenius trying to get onto the end of it. Can't quite. Emerson does well to keep that one in. Him, Ogbonna, and Fornals linking up well to just relieve the pressure. Nice pass by Fornals out to Emerson, charging forward. Now he's got Mikel Antonio just ahead of him. Finds him. Ben Rama's loitering in the centre. Mikel Antonio, with a lack of options, decides to play it back. There was a nice little close control, close passing, making it happen. We decide to take our time. Although it feels like, I mean, we've been in control of this game, we've not had like the lion's share of possession. I think we were only at sort of 50 something. Let's have a little look, shall we? Let me see if I can find it. No, who scored? Don't do possession today. They didn't do possession for Europa League games, Europa Conference League games. They didn't do any stats for it, I don't think. Let's have a look on FOTMob, which isn't perfect, and I wouldn't use it usually, but needs must in today's. Soufal whips it in, header away. Yeah, we've only got 51% of possession at the moment. But we've had 10 shots, they've had 1. To put it in perspective. We are completely in control of this game, despite the fact that we're not having maybe as much possession as it would seem, because it feels like we're having huge amounts, but we're not quite having as much as it seems. We are still completely in control of this game, and this is our game. And you would suspect the longer this goes on, nice passing there, a little bit of miscommunication again between Antonio and that time Ben Rama. We've seen Antonio with a little bit of miscommunication between him and Fornals, and now him and Ben Rama as well. Aguirre just nice. You love to see it. Ball gets played in over the top there, and listen, there was no threat whatsoever. Him and Ogbonna were chasing after it, and he just has the confidence to go, this is fine, don't worry, lay it off, we'll take that. Antonio wins the corner. Let's get that big Nathan on it. Come on, let's get a Nathan goal. Of course I can, yes. Here are the lineups. There you go. That's both teams. Ariola, Soufal, Johnson, Ogbonna, Aguirre, Emerson, with Ogbonna at left centre back and Emerson at centre back. You've got Commentary and Lanzini at a double pivot. Pablo Fornals just ahead. Oh, Pablo Fornals just ahead of him with a sort of front two-ish of Ben Rama and Antonio. It was an offside call in the end. I'm not entirely sure how, but it flashed across goal, almost happened. It was laid short from Fornals. Yeah, Antonio was in an offside position. It was a nice ball in from Emerson, just trying to whip it into that dangerous area. No one gets on the end of it, but... Shout out to Finn's Football Chat. I should, most of the time, check these things before I do them. But today, no. Shout out Finn's Football Chat. Finn, hope you're well, my friend. Hope you're well. And thank you. It's very kind of you to say. Nish Panesar says, thoughts on Nish Panesar signing for Everton? I have no thoughts. Probably Tottenham at this point. I mean, Millwall are the answer, but we're literally never going to face them at any time, so it's probably Tottenham. I just googled who Nish Panesar was. Okay. Incredible. Gued on the ball, just passing it around at the back now. West Ham, okay, not a lot of pressure. I'd like us to get a second goal. Want to just be able to sort of stay calm. Ben Johnson under some pressure. Again, they've not been bad in these sort of positions. When we've been passing it around at the back, they've taken up decent pressuring positions to just press and cover those passing lanes and just to make it a little bit awkward. We've played through it well. But they've done relatively well in that sense, Silkeborg. It's when we've had a bit more freedom and they've not got into those positions and we've counter-attacked where most of our danger has come from. Ben Johnson, that's not a bad ball in, and Mikel Antonio went for the spectacular. It doesn't quite work out. The thing that made me laugh about the Nish Panesar thing was I typed it in and I saw EastEnders, right? So I clicked on the EastEnders fandom wiki. Oh, Ben Rama straight into the hands of the goalkeeper. Very Ben Rama shot. It was just like under storylines, there's just a kill count number. They also have a duf count. Shout out to whoever's running the EastEnders fandom there page, the Wikia. They're doing absolute bits. Yeah, I would like a second goal. I can see there being sort of something in this game for them. So far, it's not happened, but I do get a little. There's just something in me that's a little bit concerned that they could potentially gain something, get a goal, but half comes to an end. Almost exactly 45 minutes, and it ends. West Ham United 1, Silkeborg 0. Like I say, a comfortable half of football. It really is. He looks great. He looks absolutely fantastic. A really comfortable half of football. We've been much the better team. We've been completely in control of it, even though we've not had this insane amount of possession. Although it feels like possession-wise, we've been absolutely blitzing them. But we only have, I think, 53% possession right now. But we've had 12 shots. They've had 1. That's the kind of situation we're talking about, right? Where we are just completely in control of this game. Some really nice performances. Aguerd, obviously Nathan, who a lot of people have been talking about, looking at in this game. Weirdly in the centre-back position as opposed to left centre-back, but he's looked really accomplished. Passing has been really nice. Even defensively, he's not really had anything to do. And have none of the defenders really, but looks nice in that sense. And that front three, they're making stuff happen. Fornals, Ben Rama and Antonio, I think, are playing really well. And I think they're making stuff happen. I think Antonio's struggling a little bit. There's that final dish, please. There's that final pass that's lacking a little bit. Antonio a little bit on a different wavelength from certain players at certain times. But apart from that, I mean, it's just been really comfortable, if we're being honest about it. Geo, how do you feel about the half?
The game could and probably should be out of sight, if I'm honest with you. I think we should have had more than the 1 goal in that first half. It's a bit like a glorified friendly feel to it, Charlie. It's not very exciting. We were just waiting for the first goal. We got the first goal, and I feel like we're just waiting for the second goal now, which will kill the game off a little bit. I'm surprised at their poor sort of effort, to be honest with you. I was expecting more from Silkeborg, if I'm honest with you. So, yeah, I mean, it's been comfortable. It's hardly thrilling, but we're doing well. We're playing well. I think some individuals are having a good game. But, yeah.
Yeah, I think, like you say, they've just sort of... This feels like the home fixture for us. Now, obviously, most of the time when we play at home, it's a lot more turgid and stressful than it need be, but this feels like a much more of a home fixture compared to last time when we faced them, where it felt like they were very much the home side. We're just in complete control of the game. I think we've had 12 shots, they've had 1, and even though it feels like we've had acres of just time on the ball and possession, we only had like 53% possession, but the fact that we've had that many shots compared to them just shows that this is our game for the taking. Once we get that second goal, I'll be a lot more comfortable, even though they've not really come close to scoring. all it will take is one big ball into Hellenius, and that works out, and there's a goal for them. So a second goal would make me comfortable, but apart from that, I mean, I'm pretty comfortable. I can't lie to you. I'm watching it, I'm just like,
it's enjoyable. It's nice to be able to watch a game almost stress-free to some extent. I'm not worried. Do you know what I mean? Whenever they briefly cross the halfway line, do what you want. Like, we'll get the ball back in 30 seconds, we'll be up there in the pitch. Like I said, we deserve to be 2-3 up at half-time. We're playing well. We're creating some decent chances. Just a little bit better composure or better chances created. And I'm very, very confident that we're going to go on and see this out. I was a bit worried when I saw the lineup. I say worried. I was a bit apprehensive. I thought, like, we'll get the draw, but is it good enough to go on and win? I've been surprised at how easy it's been. We've made it look really easy, though. That is critical of Silkeborg and also credit to us. I think, like I said, I think some of our players are having really good games, actually. You know, Lanzini in particular, forget his goal. I think he's just powering in midfield. Some of his through balls have been fantastic, zipping them into the feet. You know, Fanals is playing really well in his 10 position as well. Saeed Benrahma is like a peacock tonight, Charlie. Just got his feathers on show, isn't he? He's just enjoying being out there. You can see, you know, you can tell he's come off the back of a man in the match performance at the week on Monday night. Sorry, he is really trying to sort of outperform everybody and stuff, and he's just oozing confidence when he gets on the ball. We will get a second and possibly even a third as well, and I think the scoreline will reflect how easy the game's been. But it's been a really enjoyable half, actually. I've enjoyed watching that.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it as well. I've liked the formation. I've liked the people on the pitch. I've liked the performance. I've just liked it all, Gio. I've liked it all. I've even liked how many subscribers we're gaining, right? I've put the counter in the bottom corner because people kept asking. I thought that was a quick way of doing it. So you can see there's a live bot in the bottom corner of me. There's a live one right now. We are 45 people away. We're dragging it, kicking and screaming to 28k. We need it. We have just over 45 minutes to get there, to get the giveaway happening. Subscribe and also like the video because we're at like 400.
It keeps going up and down. Someone must be subscribing and unsubscribing and subscribing and unsubscribing literally just every minute, every 30 seconds.
Proves that it works. It proves that it's live and it works, to be fair. Yeah, so I'll take that. But we're also at 467 likes. So hey, like the video while you're down as well. But Gio, I shall be back in just a moment.
Cheers. Right, let's see what you are all saying in the live chat. Nick sums me up. Really gets this chill. Nothing to complain about. Aguero looks like he's been in the team forever. I'm a bit like that. That's where I'm at. I'm enjoying the game. Does that make sense? I'm enjoying this feeling of just really relaxed, watching us knock the ball about. I was surprised when Charlie ran out of possession. I thought we had more than that. Feels like we've had more than that. And it's been good. It's been good. We're on the way to clinching top spot, bar a disaster in the second half. Dean says this could be a statement game, 3-4-0. It could be. It could be. Artel says the formation is working. Dare I say it out loud. It has looked quite nice, actually. Can't complain. Charles says we've had a lot of good openings for a shot and failed. Patan says Aguero advised Paqueta Skamaka is going to be quite the spine. Paulo says Johnson's too clumsy. We need a better, flatter crosses. But we're getting forward and it all comes from Coventry and Aguero. Lebon TV thinks Coventry has been superb. I think it's had a really strong game. Dean said Aguero is going to be very special in the Premier League for the next few years. My car collection reel at 28,000. You can have it right now if you want. There's not much to write home about. I'm assuming you mean my football cards. I don't have many. I don't have many at all. It was going to be a hobby, and then I fast realised I can't afford it, so I didn't. I just gave up with it. But I've still got a handful in the drawer here. Actually, you can hear it. That's where they're kept. So if you want them, I'll get them out for 30 seconds. Iron says people complaining for the sake of it. Nothing major to complain about, really. Lads are taking it nice and easy. I agree with that. I think it has been nice and easy. Like I said, glorified friendly. It feels like that. It feels like I'm just watching almost a training session. But that's all we're having to do. To be fair, I don't think the live chat's negative or anything. Maybe I'll find them as I go. Scott says, if we keep playing well, feel like we'll get a couple if we keep it as it is. Me too. Timothy thinks Benrahma is finding lovely pockets. Guy says it's a stroll in the park. Coventry is playing well. Lanzini's okay. Bring on Skamaka. Give his confidence a boost. Very negative from Silkeborg. Lee doesn't get the love for Benrahma. No end product. Poor decision making. He's playing against a pub team. I think it's a bit harsh to Silkeborg, but you could say that about everybody then, couldn't you? You could say, well, why is Antonio not scored? He's only playing a pub team. Why is Fanal's not scored? So on and so on. Benrahma hasn't been perfect, but I do think his body language, if you like, suggests he's enjoying sort of being the main man a little bit tonight. And there's been some nice moments, some wasteful moments, but a couple of nice through balls as well. You know, the through ball that led to the penalty and stuff like that. So I think he's been quite good. There was that pass to Fornals quite early on. Oh, it was lovely. Just into Fornals. And I think Fornals had more time than you realised. He ended up sort of moving away and then get crossed in and Antonio headed it over. But Andy said, should Benrahma have taken the pen? Lanzini won't be on the pitch. I'm quite sort of set in my ways with this one, Andy. I think you have your penalty taker, and that's who your penalty taker is. So for us at the minute, it's Lanzini, and clearly the second choice is now say Benrahma. I'm okay with that. Lanzini's on the pitch, he takes it. But if he's not, Benrahma takes it. I'm okay with that pecking order. To counter that, Andy, I'll keep an eye out for your answer. Last season, if Mark Noble started the game and we got a penalty, would you want whoever to take the penalty because Mark Noble won't be on the pitch for the next game, or would you have rather Noble take the pen? Because I will always say Mark Noble. So I know that's no longer the case, and Noble was ridiculously good, but it's a similar argument because Lanzini won't be on the pitch next time. And also, there's no argument. There's no guarantee that Benrahma will be on the pitch next time either. So I'm fine. I thought Lanzini was going to take it. I thought it was a flipping wonderful penalty. When the keeper goes the same way and you still get into that corner, you know it's a good pen. Scott says, after a stressful day, it's nice to watch a stressless game of football. Taz says he was nervous, but I've seen them. I'm so relaxed and more to come. Let's have a little look, see what you're saying. Wayne says, get Skamaka on, banging a couple of goals, ready for the weekend. Timothy says the balance looks good. Hammer 1999 says Sufal and Johnson's working nicely. Cameron was a Benrahma fan, but what makes him happy about his game recently is seeing him battle a lot more aggressive in his all-round play. Jamie says, anyone else falling asleep watching this? It's hardly a thriller, but that's what I like, Jamie. I like the fact it's not a thriller. I say boring, but I want this chilled out, you know, I'm pleased to see so many people are saying that they're enjoying just being relaxed to watch it. Johnny says the moment a link-up play between Lanzini, Benrahma and Fornals, that looked magical. Stephen says, surprised how poor Silkeborg have been. Expected us to get a spanking. Well, I wasn't expecting a spanking bit, but I agree with how poor they are. They've got no intent. I'm surprised. They've got something to play for. They need a point. Well, they need the win to qualify for knockouts, but they don't seem that arsed, really. I don't know, really, to be honest with you. He's always been Mark Noble, but now he's not there. Not really considered it. I know who the Loud Child think my favourite player is. Lewis says, if we could learn how to cross the ball, we'd be 3-0 up. Taz says, he's loving the word. He's controlling defence. The commentary looks really good. Chris is saying, isn't it boring? Andy says, same old, not clinical in front of goal, expecting more from Silkeborg. Jake says, Benrahma needs shooting practice. While Ralph's enjoying it. Aguerd and Connor commentary are awesome. Kevin says some of Aguerd's passing is just amazing. Not just the precision, but the weight making it easy to control. It's just, when he just pings it like that sometimes, it's just, that one to Sufal, well, there was more than one to Sufal, but that one in particular, just put him in behind the fullback. That was fantastic. Mark says he's getting the pipe and slippers out in a minute. He's so relaxed, he's not used to it. I know exactly what you mean. Entertainer says he must be the only person that feels like he's watching Southend in the non-league. Nothing exciting. Nobody's saying it is exciting. Nobody's claiming it's... Well, I've not seen anyone. Maybe someone will. But there's... No one's saying it's exciting, but people are saying that's what they want. That's what they're enjoying. Sufal's had a good game. Thomas is saying, name one game we have played better in. It's difficult because it's all relevant. And we played like this against Wolves, would we come away with the win? Possibly not. It's all... I get what you're saying, Thomas, but I do think it's subjective. You've got to take a lot of things into consideration. Right, let's see what you're all saying. Pacham said, need to use this to get players ready for Sunday. Keep Antonio on, get Said and Sufal off and rested. Will says, commentaries on the yellow, swap for downs. Yeah, I mean, what you could also do, it depends really. I've seen Arsenal done it. I say Arsenal did. I don't want to accuse Xhaka of deliberately getting a booking tonight. He's already been accused of that once. But he was in that predicament where if he got booked, he misses the last group stage game. Now, bear in mind, Arsenal have already qualified, so on and so forth. He's got that yellow card, so now his yellow cards are wiped for the knockout stage. So Ogbonna and Downs are in that situation for West Ham. So if Moyes has no intention of playing those players, but if he wanted them to, they could get a yellow card late on, miss the game next week, and have the yellow cards wiped for the knockout game. Don't know if that's really something we do under David Moyes or not, but you often see it with some, usually foreign teams. But Xhaka may have done that this evening. He got booked in the 81st minute. Make of that what you will. Juicy P says, silky, smooth word, commentary looking like a real Rice understudy. Benrahma good, but needs a go. Antonio becoming more and more like Heskey. Silkeborg have been shocking. All right, let's see what you're all saying, because Charlie will return in a minute. Hammer 1999, I agree with this. I think we're pressing well. Johnson, Ogbonna, very comfortable knowing a word, and the other is behind them. Good tactics. I have to agree. I think pressing-wise, we've been fine. Jamie says, interesting Man U are playing a full-strength team. Sunday's going to be interesting. Hopefully the rest of our players are getting will mean we will attack Man U. I think they've only got 2 players out. Ronaldo's up front. I've seen that. And whoever's playing left wings, they've got a youngster playing left wing. Bar that, I think the other 9 are their sort of first-team players kind of thing. Anyway, let's see what you're all saying. Let's see what you're all saying. Michael says, well, I'm having a little bit of luck with the decisions lately. JP, thank you for the £2 super chat, my friend. Thank you very much. Makes a big difference. Says, he loves Charlie, myself, and Gonzo. Pringle haters. Hey. Gonzo is Pringle haters. Don't bring me and Charlie into this. I like the smoky bacon ones. I don't have them very often. I find them very expensive for what they are. I tend to think they're overpriced Pringles. I get them when they're on offer, but that's about it. That's about it. LeBron said Antonio made the most of it, the penalty, but there was contact, shrewd European and Premier League playing. Gary says it was very harsh penalty. Antonio was running out of pitch, but I'll take it. Let's see what you're saying. Right. Contact Light said Aguero looks comfortable, while Timothy thinks he looks like a Rolls Royce. And Andy's confirming there's 3 changes from Silkeborg at half time.
Geo, feel free to get away because the thing's happening. My camera's broken. I'm fixing it as we speak, so I could talk, but feel free to head off because as you're saying, the game is... What's
going to come up on the screen if I disappear? Whoa, it kind of fixed and kind of didn't fix.
Yeah, I'm trying to... I don't know what's going wrong with it. I'll figure it out as we go. But Gio, any last thoughts as the game gets back underway right now?
I just want to see us get a couple more goals, entertain the fans that are there tonight, get the second one ASAP, and then, do you know something? Let's try and get Potts on the pitch or something. Let's get. We've got 2 youngsters on the pitch. Let's try to get them on. Let's try to get a couple, 2-3 goals up, and get the youngsters on the pitch as well. Just make it a bit more of an occasion than a game.
I agree. I'm excited for it, Gio. I'm excited to watch your review later. Enjoy yourself. Speak to you later. Thank you very much, Gio. If you want to hear more from someone you can actually see, then I would highly recommend you coming back up full time. Right, I will be able to fix this in a moment. Hopefully this button makes it work. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it does. We'll see what happens. What if I do this one? He's done it, ladies and gentlemen. We are back once more for the second half. It's West Ham versus Silkeborg. It's 1-0 right now. Thank you very much for joining. I also had the fire alarm go off in the middle of all of that. So I've had a very busy half-time. I hope you lot have enjoyed yours. West Ham, no changes at half-time, although, like you said, there were 3 for Silkeborg, I believe. Stressful moment there. It broke, the fire alarm going off. It's fine. Remember, if we hit 28,000 subscribers during this stream, if we hit that, we will be doing a giveaway on this very stream. We're close. 40 off, ladies and gentlemen. We've gained 5 more during the halftime break, 6 more during the halftime break. So if you haven't already, make sure to get a sub going. I'm happy with there being no subs at halftime. Usually I would maybe advocate for it, but I think in this situation I'm pretty happy. We were really good. let's just get the goal now. Let's really put this to bed. Nice ball out to Syed Benrahma. Good overlap by Emerson. Couldn't quite get there. He claims a corner, but it is a goal kick. Close. If only it was so exciting. If only it was so exciting. Our fire alarm is very, I respect it, is very antsy about stuff. So there was some steam and it started going wild, which it tends to do all the time at the moment. Don't know why, but it does do that quite often. Lanzini charging down the wing. Finds Benrahma wide left, looking to try and play the ball in first time. Doesn't quite make it. Emerson picks up the ball, runs it. Oh, nice turn on the inside and gets blocked off there. Referee says no. He definitely got blocked off there, but it is what it is. Oh, Fornals, this is a great opportunity. He takes it past one, puts it there, hits it. Oh, it should be two. Should be two. We probably should have had a free kick as well, to be fair, to build up with that Emerson thing. I don't see how that was a foul. Fornals does really well there. How that's not a free kick against Emerson, I'll never know. But they, again, sort of lackadaisically pass it around. Nice pressure from Fornals. Nips it in and an awful back pass from Silkeborg straight into Pablo Fornals, who takes it round the defender and hits it just wide. Please. In the current team, probably Pablo Fornals. In the current team it would be Paqueta, because I've always loved Paqueta. But if I'm talking about someone who, a current West Ham player, so Paqueta's still quite new and a nice shiny thing, I would honestly probably say Pablo Fornals. In terms of ever at West Ham, Joe Cole. In terms of ever in football, Ronaldinho. You got to weld. Sometimes you just got to get in there with welding. You hold the bit. You have your phone and a beer mat available at hammerschatstore.com. By the way, these beer mats, right? They were the designs are Cannington Len, right? And we do the beer mats for him. He did all the designs on them. They're so flipping good. Like, they are just disgustingly good. And I've had lots of conversations with Geo about this. I mean, we've got some other stuff with these designs coming out soon, but like, they just bang. They just absolutely bang. Look at that Vazte one. We've got flipping. Where's the Bobby Moore one? They just bang. But yeah, you got to weld them together sometimes. Antonio just pushing it. Came close to a corner there. Nice bit of counter-attacking football though. No, they forced it back. Good pressure. We're just looking very good today. GP with the £2. Thank you very much, by the way. I love a Pringle. Love an apps. I think Pringles are the best. I adore Pringles. Sometimes I get them in a meal deal. In Tesco now, you can get them in like a meal deal. You get a little tiny pot, sour cream on you. Bang, 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 bang. Big time love for that. Still, thank you very much for the £2. And $4.49 from Entertainerd 89. Nailed it that time. I'm hoping that for the second half is more exciting than a desperate 20. Listen. What I do with my OnlyFans content is up to me. But I'm excited. Looking forward to the second half. Thank you very much for the $4.49, by the way. Much appreciated. I appreciate it. Yeah, man. From the spatter and the same. Yeah, it was pretty awful, wasn't it? It was pretty awful. Need to get those names. On the thing. Oh, was my mouse appearing whenever I do that? Where is it? I saw my mouse appear. I can't see it now. Fuming. Thought I saw my mouse on it. Anyway, let's actually do the thing. GP. Entertainerd 89. There we go. Look at that. I've learned how to say it and you can't stop me now. I'm unstoppable. Thank you very much for the full time. Oh, there is. Thank you very much for full-time fun. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. 37 more to go. I think he's playing really well. Carl. I can't lie to you. Defensively, had basically nothing to do. It's been a very, very light work defensively for West Ham in general. They've had one shot so far, Silkeborg, and that's it. So that sort of gives you some idea of how defensively it's not really been that deep for us. But offensively, on the ball, his passing has been a thing of beauty. It's such an upgrade. I mean, the idea of him and Kehrer and Zuma in a back three together potentially sounds beautiful. The range of passing, the dominance from himself and Zuma, Kehrer with the nice passing stuff, just look real nice. I'm really excited about the signing of Gugued, and I think today he's looking really good. Looking really good, Carl. So we're getting on the ball a bit more in the second half, the beginning of it, passing the ball about right now, finding space, shot from range. Straight into the hands of... It was a good, to be fair. I say straight in hands from Clinch. It was actually a little bit down to the right of Areola, who collects it well, but it's nicely done. He gets into a good space and just drives it. We just allow him into that sort of central space that we wouldn't usually... Again, that's what you get when you have a sort of a double pivot situation of Lanzini and Coventry as opposed to Rice and Souček. That sort of space for them will appear. Long ball we went to throw in high up the pitch, but straight into the hands of the goalkeeper, straight into the hands of Areola. We'd like a. No worries, Carl. Feel free to ask whenever you want. One more. I would be comfortable with one more. Oh, through to Ben Ramos. He's offside. I don't know if it's Fornals or Lanzini. One of them just found Ben Ramos. It was tight. It was very tight. Lanzini does really well. It was Lanzini. And yeah, Ben Ramo just starts a little bit early, but playing on that last man, really nicely worked. Lanzini diving him, slightly challenging, you respect it. But I'd like another goal, and the game's dead. It feels like I feel like they have it in them to get a goal, but they definitely don't have it in themselves to get two. And so that's what I'm looking at right now. Is I would like a goal. I would like a second one that'll calm it all down. Very much so, Kieran. Very much a venomous hit. Very much a venomous hit. Do I like... It's a good question, Scott. You know, I would say I prefer ungalvanized. I think it takes welding back to where it first started. You know, I'm an old school welder. In that sense, you know, I'm an old school welder. We'll take that, British. We'll take that all day. Oh, that's a nice ball through for Silkeborg, who hits it, and Areola forced into a save. I tell you what, all of a sudden, Silkeborg finding some space. They've come out in the second half and they're looking a lot more like the Silkeborg of the first game. Nice ball from their number 7 through to their number 10, I think it was. Who's peeled off Ben Johnson there. Just one touch, second touch hits it, and I tell you what, it's a decent save from Areola. Ben Johnson just left completely in no man's land. Torgenstedt, I think it was, the one who hits it. It's going to be a corner to Silkeborg on from our right-hand side. Whipped in. Areola does well, to be fair. It was aimed towards Hellenius, and Areola just comes away, claims it, punches it away, although a little bit of awkwardness from West Ham on the break gives them maybe a secondary opportunity to foul battles well for it's going to be a throw. Yeah. I don't know. He felt like he was just... the clock is frozen. Thank you very much. It felt just a bit... you know? I don't know. It felt a bit... Yeah, the clock's going a bit wild. Every so often, it just seems to stop for some reason. I'm not sure why. I'll keep an eye on it. I'm not sure what's going wrong with it. from a West Ham perspective, well, the second half's been a bit more stressed, but from a West Ham perspective, first half wise, I mean, yeah, it was fine. You know, we're in control. It was nice to watch. We were finding some space. We were finding joy. We were having lots of shots, bits, nice passing in between the lines and all that sort of stuff. It's good, you know. But from a football standpoint, from a neutral standpoint, I certainly wouldn't be writing home about it as some sort of footballing masterclass. You know, I certainly wouldn't be looking at it and thinking this is an outrageously good game or anything. You know, I can imagine stressful for us all just knowing about it. You know, just knowing about it. Lanzini lays it short to Benrahma. He's got Emerson on the overlap. Finds him. Nicely done. It's good space for Emerson. Put in a good ball. Deflected cross. Tries to sort of pull it long forward. Doesn't quite make it work. Entertain nerd again. Thank you very much. Can we just send respects to Pablo Mari on loan from Arsenal to Milan, who's been injured during the knife attack? What? That is wild. Is that what? I didn't know that. That's insane. Then yeah, of course. Flipping heck. That's mad. That's mad. I didn't hear about this. Was this today? Because I haven't heard about this at all. But yeah, of course. Flipping heck. Knife attack. Oh, seems like Flynn Downs is coming on for West Ham. Having a conversation with Kevin Nolan. Six flipping heck. That's mad. Nice little back heel from the Silkeborg defense there under pressure from Benrahma. Fornals with handball. Well, I mean, that's good news. That's good news, but flipping heck. That's a lot. That's a heck of a lot. Oh, good tackle by Nathan Aguerd. Nathan Aguerd there, doing really well. It's a nice sliding challenge, just using that lanky body of his to stop the ball from going forward. Nice layoff from Mikel Antonio. Finds Emerson. Short to Benrahma. Forced to go back. Aguerd looking for that nice big cross diag towards Soufal again. He's shown nice passing range from that sort of centre back position. Just nicely, just sort of quarterbacking it, you know? Just finding that space, and just because he has a little bit more time and space on the ball, because he's a little bit more deeper set than the other two centre-backs, and just allowing him to quarterback it towards the sort of, especially towards Soufal at that right back, sort of on the right wing back overlap position, which is really nice. Only 35 subs to go, as Kaiser says. Get in there, lads. We're almost there. Come on. Emerson does well. Step over, takes it past the defender. Defender does really well there. He just takes on the defender, hits a step over, tries to just power past him. It's good defending, good pace. Just stays on the right side of him, Salquist, and just like ends up getting the block. It's nicely done. 35 subs away from doing the giveaway on this stream. However, if it doesn't happen in this stream, then it might not happen at all, because it has to happen on stream for us to do the giveaway. This is the rules set out by Geo. While you're down there, like the video. We're at 535 right now. So if you all just go wild on the like button while you're there, We'll be absolutely flying. We'll be absolutely flying today. We already are. It's insane, but whipped in towards the back post. Ooh, falls down. Ben Rama's there. Takes one touch. It's the second time. Hits it, deflects. Oh, it was in. It was in. I felt like that was close. The ball comes across from the corner from Fornals. The defender falls over, lands at the feet of Ben Rama, who takes one touch just to sort of allow him to sort of dummy a shot round the defender, who sends him for dinner, hits it, and it's blocked by a defender on the line. It's past the goalkeeper. It's so close to a second goal. So close. Whipped in. Ooh, Emerson with the corner that time. But Ben Johnson heads it away, and it's got away well from Silkeborg, but close there. Listen, we celebrate the wins, and that was a win. It's a great question. What's everyone's favourite type of alloy? Would love that. Logan, you're welcome here. Listen, Logan, if you want to unsubscribe, fair enough. I don't mind. It's no skin off my back. Do you know what I mean? But hey, stick around. You seem like a nice enough guy. Even if you do hate West Ham, I'm fine with that. I ain't got no problems with it, to be honest with you. You seem nice. You've been a polite guy. I ain't against it. People in the chat who watch all the watch-alongs will attest that I'm fine with opposition fans. I'm more than okay with that. He said about to be withdrawn, so I assume someone's coming off. I don't know who, and for who. Might not even be us. Might be a Silkeborg thing. I don't know. We'll find out. Oh, it's Skamaka. Flynn Downs is ready to come on as well, but he's put the bib back on. He's stripped off. Flynn Downs is stripped off, but he has the bib back on and is sat next to Thomas Souček in the second row of the bench, just having a conversation. But Skamaka is about to come on. He is stripped fully. He's ready. No bib, no nothing. I'm an eternal babyface. Well, I have a heel streak in me. You know what I mean? I'm like William Regal. Which is something... I'm like Eddie Guerrero. I'm closer to William Regal. I'm closer to flipping, I don't know. Who's a donut? I don't know. Sufal works his way into the inside, hits a ball to Pablo Fornals and acres of space. Who's offside? The ball's ended up in the back of the net, but the offside flag has been raised. Ben Johnson goes on the underlap. Sufal comes inwards. Surprisingly, then hits across with his weak left foot, and yeah, Pablo Fornals is just offside. It's a nice ball. He has acres of space and then lays it across to Mikel Antonio, who slots it home. But offside is called. Oh, Danny Dyer's chocolate homunculus coming in with killer takes. I'm very okay with it. Regal's podcast is good. Regal is a great man. I'll be honest with you, right? You know they say I've got some bad news. He's back. He could be in the ring soon. I'll say this. You know people say never meet your heroes. Meet William Regal. I met him for a work thing during. I did like an online thing with him for work during lockdown. And I was so nervous. I was talking to my girlfriend about it. I was like, oh my God, because he's like, he's my guy. And he was the nicest guy. And I was so happy. Jesus Christ, the scary ball in from Silkeborg. Not really any danger to it, but Ogbonna for a second there looked terrifying. But meet your heroes is all I'm saying. And also, yeah, you're not wrong, Rude King. That's probably the more accurate one. Just consistent calmness. You're probably right. I'm very orange, you know? Silkeborg passing it around relatively calmly. West Ham in just that sort of, that nice kind of Oh, good ball over the top, looking for Hellenius. Gets the control. Good defending from Ben Johnson in Ogre at that time. To be fair to Ben Johnson, he does well. Nips it away, and then slightly under pressure, Soufal there. West Ham scary. Little Ben Johnson with a nice pass outwards, and it's going to be a free kick. Not really sure how, but we'll take it. A terrifying moment there. And both are going to come on. It is Skamaka and Flynn Downs at the same time. So the first one is Flynn Downs coming on for Pablo Fornals. So Pablo Fornals, a really good game, in my opinion. I think he's played really well. I know he's one of those people who what's the word? Splits opinion, but I think he's played really well, especially in that first half. Second half, I think it's been a bit difficult for everyone, including him. But first half, I thought it was really well. Some nice passes, a good performance. And also a good performance from Ben Rama, who's coming off for Skamaka, which means, interestingly, we might see a front two of Skamaka and Antonio, which would be incredibly exciting. Hellenius is going to come off for Silkeborg. They're going to make a double sub as well. I don't know their players well enough to say who that is coming on. We'll see when the graphic comes off. So, Carland and who's the other guy he said? I don't know. We'll find out. Klinge and Hellenius have come off. And Carland and the other one have come on. Whatever was the one I said. You're welcome. That's the kind of knowledge you get here. Adamson. There you go. Excitingly, this could be a front two of Antonio Skamaka, which I was talking again on the Hammerletics podcast this week on Patreon about the idea of them two playing in a front two in this exact formation and it being completely wild. Let's see if that ends up happening. I'll be interested to see who the sort of 10 is. I mean, you suspect it'll be Flynn Downs, I guess, despite the fact that Lanzini feels like the person who should be there. Flynn Downs seems to have taken up that position. Soufal is so far forward. It's insane how far forward he is. Yeah, Lanzini's still in that deeper position. And Downs is the one who's taking up the more advanced position. We've still got that double pivot, it feels, of Coventry and Lanzini, and Flynn Downs just ahead of him. Flynn Downs, again, for some reason, playing as a number 10. What can you do? It's just the way it is. Dean, I would go as far as to say, my friend, that it is always time for the puns. I am never against a pun. I'm strongly for a pun at all times. Yeah, a little bit weird, but like I say, I think I was interested in this exact formation with the two of them up front. I'm not going to complain too much about that ball over the top. Adamson, who's taken up the Hellenius role, looking a bit more mobile. Again, I don't really know anything about many of Silkeborg's players, but you're looking at Addison now. He looks a little bit more mobile than Hellenius, so maybe those over-the-top balls going to be a bit more dangerous. A bit more dangerous, potentially. Clitton getting a talking to after taking down Soufal with a big old clatter. Oh, again, just such a good pass for the ball into the feet of Skamaka, who controls it nicely, turns, and that's a nice ball looking for Antonio. Couldn't quite find him. Close. Again, Flynn Downs playing as the number 10, a bit confusing, but outside of that, this is actually that exact formation that I sort of was begging to see with these two up front, just to watch the chaos of it all. I feel like something Skamaka does really well is dropping deep, linking up play, but creating space with the drop-off for other people. Kind of some away Cal from Analytics United, who I do the show with. I do it with Cal and Jack Elderton. One of the things Cal said to me is of Skamaka almost playing a number 9, false 9 type thing, where he's starting in those positions but dropping deep. And what he's doing is he's dragging players away again, creating a big space. Oh, that's a nice ball into Skamaka, who's in the box looking for a back heel, can't quite find it. But again, creating space, creating lots of space for his teammates. And I feel like Antonio and Bowen. Bowen, we've seen make the most of that. I think they've started to show up a really nice connection between the two of them. But specifically with Antonio, I was like, that's the one thing he's great at, is taking advantage of that space, just running in behind. And if you've got someone like Scamacca finding that little bit of space, creating that opportunity, maybe we're going to see the best out of Antonio. And so far, we've seen it once, but can we see it some more? That's what I want to see. It is not 2-0. The people telling you that are liars. They're liars. Mert is the one pushing it. Now, I'm not going to ban Mert. I'm just gonna let everyone know that he's a liar. It's not 2-0. I'm not that far behind. It's still 1-0. It's still 1-0. Never take anything Mert says as given, because Mert is a liar. Anyway, nicely done by Ben Johnson, just skipping down the line. Couldn't quite find Soufal, but it was nice work. Getting pressure from straight away from the offset there. Foul against Soufal there. You know. $30 subscribers away, ladies and gentlemen. 30 subscribers away. Just over 17 minutes to go. Okay, how about this? Look, I'm not going to ban Mert. Mert, I'm not going to ban you. However, if I see you say 2-0 again, I will time you out. Time you out. Fair is fair. Kehrer coming on. I would suspect for Agard just to give him a rest, although he's not going to play against Man United regardless, so maybe it's not too bad. But Kehrer is about to come on. He's doing some wrist tape. He's stripped off. He's ready. We're very in control of this game. Again, the sort of the pressure from Silkeborg, that sort of period of pressing and making stuff happen, has disappeared a little bit, has dissipated a bit. And at this point, it's still all nicely done by Philin Downs to control that down. Antonio finds Scamacca. Nice control. Tried to fit a bit of space, tried to lay it through to Philin Downs, couldn't quite manage it. Laid short. Now they can counter-attack. This is a good opportunity for Silkeborg coming forward now. Good positions from West Ham's players in defence, but they've come flying forward. They've got the... West Ham have solidly got enough numbers back to defend this now, and they forced Silkeborg all the way back to almost the halfway line. Good defending. Good defending. Clinton's going to get a yellow card. Warned. And it's done. Yeah, the timer has paused again, hasn't it? Again, I don't know what's going on with the timer. It's being very weird today. I have to keep clicking on it just to make sure it's happening. But thank you, Leon. Keep me abreast. If it does go off again, let me know. It's very kind of you. Substitution happening. It is Agard. Good game. Very good game from Agard. I can't lie. I think he's been really good. Like I said, he's barely had anything to do defensively, if we're being honest about it. What he has had to do, he's done well, but barely had anything to do. However, the passing he's shown today has been really nice. Really good game from Agard. Really exciting to see him play. I cannot wait to see more of him. I really can't. I want it. I need it. I need it. Long live Nathan Agard. But yeah, good game. Very good game from him. And Kehrer steps up directly into that centre-back position. And an awful pass straight out for a throw-in. Concerning a little bit, last time he played this position was against Southampton. and Che Adams absolutely rinsed him. So a little bit concerning. Again, I personally would have swapped him and Ogbonna around. Not that Ogbonna's been particularly great this season, but I probably would have done that. Still. Fair. Very fair. Very fair. Oh, they banked. They all banked. They all banked. No oranges. We have orange juice. Orange juice is in the house. I did have a look at halftime before the fire alarm started going off about what there was that could potentially replace the orange axis for today. Kara does well there, but again, the pass just can't quite find anyone. It was more just defending. Oh, good work from Ben Johnson. Just runs him off the ball. And yeah, there's orange juice. If there's enough calls for orange juice, I'll put the poll in chat. We'll see what they say. But yeah, nice ball to Skamaka. Controls it. He's got an overlap. He's got an underlap. He's looking for downs. Bit too much there from Skamaka. Bit too much. Probably should have gone for the overlap. There was an overlap underneath him. I'm not sure who it was. I'm quite hungry, so I can't act like I'm not. Give you 50p. I'm very hungry right now. I just want dinner. I'm hungry. Oh, nice ball over the top for Silkeborg, and Kara can't stop it. I think it was Kusk who played the ball over the top, and Adamson was running through again, just looking a lot more mobile. Maybe that's why Moyes brought on Kara, but to be honest with you, Aguerd's looked really mobile, so maybe he just doesn't want him under pressure in that sense. But it was a really nice ball. Kusk over the top, and it should have been dealt with easier than that from Kara. He just tries to hook it away with his weak foot, and again, just him in this centre back position just does not fill me with confidence at all. And maybe it is that Southampton game talking, and this is just confirmation bias, but so far it's just a little bit scary for me from Kara in that position. Foul from Skamaka. Apparently, he's going to pick up a yellow card. Referee's been He's been very stoppy today, you know what I mean? Little things here and there he's given fouls for instantaneously, sort of thing. Is what it is. Oh, my hair is ridiculous. He's not confident. Hello, Ray. You're alright, bro. How are you feeling? I'm alright. Look, I don't think they're going to score. I mean, I'm a bit more concerned than I was when Hellenius was on. I think Adamson's making some nice runs, which is giving us something slightly different to think about. And Kara playing at centre-back is looking awkward again. However, having said all that, I'm still pretty confident we're going to win. We should have buried this game in the first half. It should have been done and dusted. We were really good in the first half. Second half, we've lacked something to be desired. But I'm still pretty confident we'll get a win. Are you able to do spanners on Sunday, right? If you're still here, just sort it out live on air. Are you able to do spanners on Sunday? Because if you are, let me know. That's what I'm planning on it, but I don't know who yet. But I'm sort of planning for Sunday after the match, after the Man United match. Good defending from Ogbonna there. Just Silkeborg trying to play their way through the middle and just comes across and just hoofs it clear. Skamaka working hard. Dropping back deep in the sort of left wing position. Just dropping back. Just finding just defending basically. Nice interception from Connor Coventry. Finds Downs. Skamaka's there. Rolls and then he opens up the afterburners. I didn't know he had it in him. And then a nice ball. Really nicely done from Skamaka there. Finds Sufal. Takes an incredibly heavy touch backwards first time. But then finds... couldn't quite find Mikel Antonio. But then an awkward bit of defending from Silkeborg back to the goalkeeper. Forces it to go long. Ben Johnson collects that one. We'll be taking it. Can't do Sunday. Okay, no worries. I'll figure it out. Love you. I'll message you about stuff when I figure it out. Okay, I might use someone else. I'll figure it out. I'll message you, Ray. I'll figure it out. I'll message you. Nice ball out wide to Mikel Antonio in a good position. The ball in was awful, but Lanzini manages to find Scamacca anyway. Downs does well to find Mikel Antonio on that right-hand side, who tried to just drive in a corner and deflects outwards. Spoopy, but you can watch the game. It's on BT Sport in the UK. However, if you can't find it that way for some other way, there are definitely ways you can watch it. That subscriber thing's just going to stay over the top of that, apparently. That's fine. Thomas Souček and Declan Rice are both going to be coming on now. I would suspect it's as obvious as Lanzini and Coventry, you would suspect. We're going to take the corner first, though. Whipped in from Emerson. Ooh, Scamacca gets his head onto it just over the top. Just over the top. If we get 22 subs, if we get 22 subscribers in the next 8 minutes, we'll do the giveaway. But I don't think it's going to happen now. But we could still like the video. We can get that up. There's currently 578 of you watching right now. And we're at 566 likes, which is incredibly high for us. So thank you very much. Just spam subscribe. Just spam like. Hit them both. See what we get to. Likewise, I feel like 600's on the cards. If we push it now, I feel like it's on the cards. You know, it's going to be a stretch. 7 minutes to do it, it's going to be a stretch. Interestingly, Mikel Antonio's coming off and Connor Coventry being the other one. So that must mean Lanzini must be going more attacking. I mean, he must be at this point, right? Because otherwise we now have on the pitch Downs, Rice and Souček. Potentially, I think we've gone for... Ooh. Don't know. 3-4-3? I think we've gone 3-4-3 with Lanzini sort of wide on the left, Scamacca down the centre, and Downs on the right, I believe. Again, Downs just playing in every position. Maybe. It's on the list. It's on the wish list. Get the twins together again. Downs, who was playing at number 10, I think now... Or maybe we're playing Christmas Tree. But they're both... Lanzini and Downs are both very close and central. Maybe we're playing a Christmas Tree style thing. A sort of a 3-4-2-1 type thing. Because Rice and Lanzini are both very central and very high. It does seem to be Rice and Souček in a double pivot. Rice on the right-hand side, interestingly. Souček on the left with Soufal on the right and Emerson on the left wing-back spot. I don't know. We just sort of seem to be moving people where we're moving them. Yeah, Nicola, that's sort of what it looks like to me as well. I think it is a 3-4-2-1 or whatever you want to call it. I agree. I mean, also that. Not gonna lie. Listen, formations are just a state of mind. You know, ball over top of Addison. Ariana comes collects. It's just a state of mind, you know. Why not? It's a great question, football. They've been my favourite wrestling company in the time they've existed. Notably in the last 2 months, they've had a massive struggle. Obviously, the Punk and Elite stuff didn't help at all. And since then, it's kind of all gone to pot. However, they're sort of beginning to claw it back again now. The MJF stuff is interesting to me that they're pushing forward at the moment. The Acclaimed are super over, and it's really fun to see. I love the Acclaimed right now. It's starting to come back together. Obviously, the Elite were what you call it? Hinted at coming back last night. So there's a lot to like there. They're starting to put it back, but they've had a very rough 2, 3, 4 months. Which is weird because this time last year they were the best company in the world by a significant distance. But yeah. Big ball across to Emerson from Scamacca. Emerson just goes down again under the... It's interesting. That one specific defender and Emerson, referees seem to be against doing anything, but the rest of it, I don't know. I don't know. But in general, I like them. I think they're pulling it back. I think they're doing good stuff now. I really liked Dynamite last night. I thought it was really good. Downs just trying to find a bit of space. This one feels like it's just gonna end 1-0. If you gave me a 2-0, I wouldn't be surprised, but it feels like it's just gonna slowly wind into a 1-0 win at this point. We aren't particularly gunning for it in any big major way. They don't seem capable of gunning for it in any particular big way. I think this one's just gonna run out. At this point. Yeah, Ray, let's go. Let's go. Is that... I assume that's Coyote Ugly Liverpool, Ray. It said Coyote Ugly. I'm assuming that's Coyote Ugly Liverpool. That's sick. Let's go. That's going to be sick. When is it? Is there a date? November 30th. Okay. I'm not interested. Mate, big plays from Ray there. That seems sick. I saw, Cardona's coming back across as well. He's doing a show in Wolverhampton tomorrow? Tomorrow he's doing a show in Wolverhampton against Trent 7, which is like, I want to watch that so badly. Good interception from Declan Rice. Finds Flynn Downs just ahead of him. Spare a thought for Flynn Downs, who is now playing sort of right wing. It is what it is. Don't like Punk and AEW seen past it. I think he had an incredible year. I think they played on it really well. I loved a lot of the matches he had. The injuries were obviously a huge problem, and then what happened, and I don't think he would be welcome back. And I don't know if I particularly want him back. If that's the kind of vibe you're going to give off, if we're being honest about it, I think you can affect everyone else, and it's a bit of a deadness. But in general, I thought it was an incredible year. But yeah. What I mean. Do you think Punk will go back to WWE again because Triple H said he wouldn't mind it? Nah, zero chance. Not zero chance. I think there's a very, very low chance. They could obviously pay. They're the only other company in the world that would pay for him. But realistically, I don't think he would want to go back there. He didn't like Triple H the first time. I mean, you look at what he said about Triple H when he left the first time in the Colt Cabana podcast. I don't particularly think he wants to go back and work for the guy personally. All ball across, Sufal lofts it across. Skamaka was there, but the goalkeeper can just come and collect it. It was too lofted. It's a good run from Sufal down the right hand side, and the cross was accurate. It was just way too lofted and took way too long. Yeah, I don't think he's going to go back to WWE. I think it's a lot of smoke about nothing. I think he's done in wrestling, to be honest. It would be insanely big if it happened, but I just can't see it happening. Free hit at United, 6 points at home to Palace, and Leicester should win at home to Blackburn in a cup. And last game in this is a dead rubber. All good at the moment. Yeah, I can't act like I'm disappointed. I mean, this game specifically, Souček's now going to pick up a yellow card for a little bit of an awkward tackle. There's been a couple of awkward yellow cards towards the end of this game from the ref for West Ham players. Not unfairly, to be fair, but yeah, I feel like we're going strong. I'm not complaining too much. Yeah, that is probably yellow, to be fair. I'm not complaining too much about it. I feel like this game we could have really turned it up and gone for it. I thought the first half we were really good. Second half, I think we gave as good as they got. I think it was... I don't want to say David Moyes went out and just said, take it easy, but it felt like that. We certainly weren't going for it. Big header down from Silkeborg, can't quite find it, and Declan Rice hooks it away nicely to Lanzini. A little bit of a bad back pass towards Declan Rice. West Ham thankfully managed to keep hold of it with Souček. Lays it to short to Skamaka. Nicely done to find Emerson. Rice is charging through. There was a great opportunity to pass it to Rice with a through ball. Doesn't quite make it work. He finds Rice at second attempt on the left-hand side. Cuts inside looking for maybe for a cross. Lays it short. Souček arriving late. Plays it across to Sufal. No, to Flynn Downs even. Sufal's on the overlap. Johnson and West Ham just slowly but surely lose all momentum again. We've got a minute and a half left. It's at this point I'll ask you for your man of the match. Whoever I see most in the chat as I read through them will win the Hammers Chat Man Match Awards. There's no science here. Science is not your god here. It is vibes only. So whoever gets the most amount of votes as I scroll through them will win the Hammers Chat Man of the Match Award. We've got just over a minute left. And I'll ask you all at this point to subscribe if you haven't already, because we're the only West Ham channel last season who did a watch along for every single game without fail. And since we started doing watch alongs at the beginning of the pandemic, we've only missed two. So if you want to get involved, I would highly recommend you do, because obviously I do this by myself, which means it's super important that you're here, because frankly without you it would be nothing. It would be lasting stress day. So subscribe and hit that bell notification button so you don't miss out on future things. It's a corner, by the way, to West Ham. Lanzini's going to take it on the right hand side. And while you're down there, hit the like button. I said we were dangerously close to 600. I felt like it was a bit of a punt, but we're at 595 right now, 596 even. So if you do manage to just get 4 more likes, and we hit that 600 figure. And it's a very successful stream for us in terms of subs, in terms of likes and everything. It's been very successful. I will be incredibly happy with that. Let's have a look at some of these Man of the Match awards. The referee, Moyes said no injuries. It did feel that way, Judas, didn't it? It did feel that way. Agad, Benny, there is the final whistle. It ends. West Ham United 1, Silkeborg 0, West Ham maintain our 100% winning record and go through. We confirm that we are the winners of the group with a game to go. Benny, Agad, Coventry, no one really stood out. I'll go Coventry, Agad, Benny. It's very close. I'm gonna say Agad. I think I said it slightly more that time. I'm gonna say Agad. We've flown past 600. We're at 618, so that has gone up massively. And we end the stream on subs wise. Let's just make sure it doesn't need to update or anything. 27,982. We got close. We got very, very close indeed. Thank you everyone for coming. Massively appreciate it. Sunday, we of course mean. Does that mean kids for the next game? Says Ray. I would suspect so. Congratulations on Agad. Debut man of the match from Hammers Chat. What more could you want? And thank you all for coming. Sunday, we of course have Manchester United. We will be here live on the channel, running hog wild. Hopefully watching a big dub against the Red Devils from Manchester, and I'd love to see you all there. So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, because I do this by myself, so without you it's completely impossible. And otherwise, enjoy the rest of your week, ladies and gentlemen. We've flown past the likes, we've flown past the subs, we almost hit 28k, which felt like a stretch. We almost got there, so stick around and so maybe subscribe after, because we have our live review with Geo and Gonzo in just a minute. Appreciate you all for coming. See you next time. Come on, you irons. Bye.